the Twitterverse and other things can eventually get it, because it actually doesn't seem like it starts putting it on the website immediately. It's usually like a couple seconds behind. All right.
Oh, I should open my errand sheet. That would help.
Oh. All right. So.
Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me.
I ain't
I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Alright, so we should be live now. Alright, we are doing a special Friday game of Hooks of Draconis 2.0 testing hobo game, as it's fondly called. I believe
What? I haven't. I've got to start the recorder.
Oh, well, okay. Well, tell me when you start your recorder.
Okay.
I haven't played a recorder since I was a kid in high school.
Somebody over here plays it like every night, and I respect their diligence, but they're not trying anything new. So it's been the same.
My heart will go on.
Yes. Okay, go.
That was weird. When you said that, then it kicked my stream offline for HSD TV.
Strange, because I don't have start streaming. I have start recording.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'm just checking. I might have to restart it or something. I don't know why I did that. I want to make sure it's actually working. You know. Okay, this thing's working.
Check the Twitch.
Okay, it's good. All right, so we are here for another Hooks of Draconis adventure, 2.0, the hobo game. We're doing a special Friday game. Hopefully everybody is hopefully not all at PAX, but hopefully some people are at PAX and having a wonderful time. We have one player semi-inbound. They're being amazing and using a phone or something in the back of a truck. Hopefully not driving.
I think they're being kidnapped.
Yeah, they might be getting kidnapped. There might be candy involved. There better be
candy
involved.
The kidnapping. We don't really know which end of the equation they're on.
Are you?
If you're referring to me, no, I'm safely parked.
Oh, you're safely parked?
No, don't destroy the legend.
Not a government vehicle. Ignore it.
Okay. I am going to start the stream by wishing a very happy birthday to Zavarts, our resident game developer, and a person that we pay homage to and light corpses for. And I will grant you this favor, sir.
What is the favor?
Who calls him Savarts?
Savarts?
Nobody.
I know
it's pronounced swoop.
I'm trying.
I was gonna say it's pronounced Sevarts. I thought it was pronounced Searcha.
Savip.
Actually, I believe it's Zvoop, Zvarp.
God damn it! Now I've got that movie on my head. Why'd you do that? The sobbing will commence soon.
That's good.
Happy birthday, Seth.
Happy birthday. All right, so
it's such a good film. God damn.
Is favor still a thing? I thought favor was still a thing.
It is.
Okay.
It's a little experience. Boop.
Yeah, you can have and favor.
Yeah.
So.
Call them boops instead, please.
Oh, can we call them boops? I want to call them boops.
I will allow you to house rule calling experience boops, but I don't think I'm quite gonna put it in.
But swoop, could we call them boops? Okay. Anyway, so while we're arguing with the DM, or not the DM, the game developer about what we call
Seven the dev.
I'm the game guide, but it never feels right to say game guide. I want to be a dungeon master.
Oh, sorry. Why don't we change that to boop?
Can I? Oh, I'd be a boop. I'd be a boop all day long.
Can we just replace all nouns and pronouns?
Boops.
Okay, so boop 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 boop. Boop,
no,
boop,
just
boop,
the nouns.
Boop.
Apparently, to play this game, you have to be a Smurf.
Oh no.
Oh, this is beyond Smurf. This is the boopening. Okay, so I
guess none of us have slept in 24 hours. Is what we're getting.
I'm easily amused. That has nothing to do with my sleep schedule. All right.
Fair enough.
All right. So we will see. Does anybody want me to give me a recap of what happened last session?
No.
I will, if you just give me a moment to recall it all, because I don't want to
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to.
All right, Allie, you get a pass because you've been up for 24 hours solid.
as per usual, we had the mighty raid, There was we were dispensed on the mission. We needed to go get the printer turned back online because it had been taken over by spirals, which is always unfortunate because you really don't want them controlling stuff. It's like Spaceballs controlling stuff. The whole neighborhood goes to shit. And so we wanted to get this back online, and it was defended by a whole lot of large vehicles and very angry people who would have surely massacred us had we just blindly lined in there. So, as all good adventuring parties do, we spent an hour and a half debating how we were going to approach a simple situation.
And then we blindly ran in there.
And then we blindly ran in. So it was par for the course, as all adventures are. And then we went in, and we did manage to stall long enough for the major threats to get away, and we just had to clean up the remainder, which consisted of fire, and a few well-placed stealthy shots, and an attempt at mercy, which ended as most attempts at mercy do, with a dead character. And from there, we have secured the base, more or less. We put the fire out.
I'd like to point out that the attempts at mercy usually are heroes never die.
The attempts of mercy, that's true. And I get the pun. However...
Why did you say it with a McCree voice?
Because I'm bad at video games.
It's worth noting now that Sam doesn't actually play Overwatch.
My brain was very confused.
I want to clarify something. Let me make sure. Are we talking about what attempt at mercy are we talking about?
Well, we put him in a
You
box.
trying to spare your friendo.
Yeah, we were like, hey, dude, you're locked up here. There's no way out. You could surrender at this point. And that went the way it usually does.
Okay. For people's context out of character, Stottle said no survivors. So I was actually not trying to grant him mercy as much as trying to get him to quietly come out and put down his arms so I could execute him.
You
Listen.
shot through the door.
Wait a second here. We were going by what was to be implied in terms of overall universal karma. And according to all observing, we were going to grant him mercy. So points for us.
Right. So
Yeah.
for the characters, you guys have no way to know what was actually going on in Amelia's heart of hearts. But
But
Well, we already
Amelia's-
know that Amelia is a traitor because she was working with the enemy. So
Amelia was apparently going to enact some really horrible killings, and that was going to be great.
So in short, 3 stole my stealth kill opener. Then
Ali, in
the last
disappointment
target
of
I was
not
gonna
having Snow
shoot
Kill
through
owner,
in the
decided to
door.
shoot 2 people at once and blow them up in the corner.
I
That
would like
wasn't
to
good
point
enough.
out she did a beautiful shot with perfect damage with exploit, and yeah, I mean it was a cascade, and I had already predetermined that was an explosive thing right there, and I went oh, and I was kind of going no.
But yes, yes.
okay, so finishing the recap, we did not set anything vital on fire, thus weakening our ability to defend
It
ourselves.
was vital to
Should
the
have
person
been
that
that.
died.
Nico.
Well, yeah. So nothing vital, and also we did lose a few grenades, which would have been kind of nice. But oh well.
There are more.
There are more.
Which is worrying, really. We shouldn't have those. Nothing good can come of this.
But yes, I believe we were still in the base, and we were going to radio and say that the base had been temporarily secured, or were we going to try to secure it more permanently first before?
Very first thing I'm going to do is try to make sure that it is as secure as possible, like
Which will be difficult.
barricading.
With
yes.
that wall.
Yeah, I remember last session you guys did actually start barricading the windows and such.
Yeah. Did
well,
we want to go
they were gonna
shopping?
get stuff.
We
They
were
were
going to go
gonna-
shopping through the empty crates, right?
They were gonna start going through the materials and finding things to do that, because they were gonna do that at the beginning of the session, but they were gonna be able to find stuff. Basically, started the session. We open up. You guys are in the room. There's that intense smell of burnt flesh and bone because
oh yeah.
and
I ate.
chemicals.
That's true.
And things like that. Miko's kind of got an interesting flavor country going on because Miko may have eaten somebody's arm.
Nothing proven.
I'm saying may. I did not say you did. I can't prove anything. And court is V. But the party is kind of in their various respective places. Miss Zuri is, I think, the only person in the group trained in engineering. Is that true?
Hang on. Let me check my goodness.
I have a
Um,
total of 0.
if I could perhaps rig up some sort of traps or improvise fortifications via punching things into place, I should be in good
All right.
shape.
Do you have
I am actually
sabotage?
less than trained in engineering. I do
Because
have some sabotage.
sabotage could be used for making traps, but engineering is going to be used for repairing and securing the wall and the doors.
What could my stealth do?
Make you hide?
It could, in fact, allow you to hide. But I do know for a fact,
Oh
because I
no!
have Zuri's character sheet up, that Zuri is capable of going around and working on the doors. So Zuri is going to start with the smallest openings and close those first, because the big opening is going to take a long period of time. So Zuri's going to go over and start working on that door over there. After, if you find anything that it could be, I have some tools, but boards and metal pieces, anything like welding would be great. But yeah, I'll just start working on this door over here. Let's not burn any more bodies.
It was a very good Tygon.
Yeah.
Golf clap for the
Here,
Tygon.
golf clap for
That wasn't
Tygon.
nearly German enough.
Well, I mean, but the inflection was there.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so she's gonna go over there and do that, and then you guys are free to go through some boxes.
I will
Um,
begin to rummage.
Aaron rummages and uses his magical hobo credits to acquire ammunition clips.
Amelia, what did you say?
I am. Well, there's two things. One, I have made a grievous mistake.
Also,
Oh no!
Also,
I don't
General?
have my character sheet.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no. Oh no. Well, I have your character sheet, but I don't know. I'm going to assume you spent all your focus and your readiness.
I spent like 1 or 2 focus
I thought
last game.
I thought you spent some, because I remember you did some rerolls for some things and added
At least
things.
2. I think I have 4 or 6. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, things shouldn't be too different from the sheet that I've sent you.
Yeah, they shouldn't be that different, right?
I'll just, yeah, that's my fault. It'll be just, it'll be a little janky.
This is why I'm kind of just like saying, because I'm assuming you're on the way home, or you're not.
No.
Oh no, the reason why I was late 2 o'clock is when I clock in.
Oh,
So
you're actually at work. Oh no.
yeah, I went to I came in like a half an hour early to try to get clocked in early so that I could not make everybody late.
Oh, okay.
But Amelia, what I was going to say is what Amelia is doing is just kind of lugging all of the dead spirals off to the side.
Okay.
And there was. Can you describe them all to me again?
There was Fiddle, the canine.
There's not a whole lot left of him though.
No, there's not. The Gazelle isn't really in existence anymore. I believe there was another person there. I think I actually deleted their token because that's how bad it was. There was the lizard guy that got thrown off the roof. There was the cat. Remember the cat? The kind of serval-looking cat that you shot in the head twice, and was doing okay for a little while. Yeah, but a lot of these are
Oh god,
different kind of looking guys.
we only really have the bodies for 2, don't we?
Yeah.
Because Fiddle exploded, 2 others exploded indoors and caught on fire, and the lizard guy landed on a repulsor mine and then on an explosive mine outside.
Yes.
Okay, so in addition to gathering up all of their weapons,
You only have 2 bodies.
yeah, the from those 2, I know. So like, we also have Fiddle's weapon because he threw it out to us.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is taking their armor and clothes.
Okay. That is doable. You will get shit. What kind of armor did I have them in? Huh?
There's system for this.
Yes.
depending on how you want to handle it. Generally, once it's been through a fight, you can't just take armor. It's screwed up.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't transfer from one person to the other. Otherwise, armor never gets damaged or anything. So you can salvage, which has system. It's on page 164. Or if you want to try to use the weapons, most of the weapons that might not be down here because we're down in no man's land kind of thing.
Yeah.
But most of the weapons are PID locked, in which case you have to be a pretty good hacker to get past it. Otherwise, you could salvage the weapon instead. So we can get parts to start building stuff with the crafting system, but as for just like pulling their armor off, unless Sam wants to be particularly generous, the armor is usually toast after a fight.
I will say, given what happened to these guys, definitely the armor on Fiddle's shredded and gone.
Yeah.
Definitely the armor on the Cog is gone. The Serval's armor is intact only because he got hit once in the head, once in the neck, and I think he took a grazed shoulder shot at one point. His armor isn't in the best shape, but you could feasibly get the whole thing.
Right.
He is going to have he's I think he honestly only had like a shift hide or a bulletproof vest or something like that. It was probably a bulletproof vest. Because it was.
So you can take that one and salvage the other guys.
Yeah, you can salvage the other ones, but that one
Yeah.
you can get, and that one there wasn't a helmet or anything to damage, so it would be that. Because I kind of gave these guys kind of a light setup because I was going, okay, how do I get to 15's an okay spot and give them a little bit of endure and that stuff. So he had a light set on, we'll say. But yeah, you can get that. The weapons for the majority of them are blown to shit. So there's probably like three weapons, because Fiddle, yeah. 3 weapons that you could possibly get. What I am going to do, because of how we're running this currently, I'm going to roll 3 D100s. If it rolls under 50%, it doesn't have a PID, because they would have had to crack them, because they do take and crack these weapons from the IRPF. All 3 are not PID'd.
Wow.
Nice.
I think there's 2 assault rifles, I think there,
Makes me wish I had hands.
and 1 SMG of some type that I can get down for you guys. So I'll dig through the book and find what I was using and get you that. But
Wow.
yeah, I know.
Wow.
I know. There's loot there.
Wow.
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 And thus it begins.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I'm so upset with all of us right now. Okay.
The important thing is that we never allow tone to develop.
Blame cinema. It's not our fault.
Alright, so you guys got I'm putting this in tracking loot weapons.
So we can do the rolls for salvage, right?
Yeah, you can do the rolls for salvage for the other 2 sets of armor if you guys...
So we had how many people that we were going to try to loot?
Technically just 2.
Okay, so we had 2
We've only
people.
got-
They had a weapon and they had armor, right? So
Yeah,
2
we've only
pieces.
got a 3rd weapon because one was actually thrown out at us.
Yeah.
Oh, we're keeping all the weapons, right? So that's not actually part of the loot.
No,
the
it's not
salvage?
it's not part of the salvage. You
It's not part of the
you
salvage.
have them.
So it's just
You can salvage them if you want to, but there's nothing barring you from just using them or selling them or doing something. with
dude.
them.
Does anybody particularly want to? I mean, we get more from selling them if we could find a buyer
Yeah. Or trading or doing something.
or trading. Yeah, we should probably do that. I mean, that's a pretty good asset. Otherwise, we're just breaking them down for material.
Mhm.
Aaron looks at his pistol before pointing at an assault rifle and goes, I could carry one for now.
Yeah, Miko's gonna kind of look around. Oh, I'll put it on my back. I got a shield. That's not gonna work too well. Nah.
Oh, wait, yeah. Aaron looks at his shield as well and then shakes his head. Never mind.
But yeah,
Well, you've got hands. They're pretty useful.
those
I'll
are-
just hold up the SMG. Aaron, kid, isn't this a little bit more your size?
That's gonna send him bouncing backwards like 5 feet.
Aaron looks at his pistol, which is way better, and just shakes his head. I'll be okay.
Thumbs up. I'm just laying all this stuff out and except for one assault rifle, which is getting slung over my back.
Mm.
So would Stottle, like, I don't know, maybe trade something for these, or
Oh yeah, because like he's gonna want to defend this place, right?
probably?
I mean, he probably would.
All right, well, that's pretty good. I don't know what else to do with them. I guess we could find somebody who
mean-
wants them.
Oh, sorry. As your sniper rifle seems incredibly inaccurate, and you can't quite answer now. I guess we should set aside the rifle.
Oh, that
probably.
seems to make sense. Perhaps
Oh.
Zuri, who is not currently present but surely is with us in spirit, would like one of these weapons.
I feel like one of those assault rifles would probably do very well for.
Well,
Seems
I-
good.
I
So the one that's vaguely been regretting their life decision.
I think that the only weapon there that you guys could probably trade fairly freely would be the Rattler.
Okay, so
Because-
the other one, well, we can give Zuri the assault rifle, and we can scrap one of the other guns, I guess.
Well, I think Fox was taking one of the assault rifles as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go.
Alright.
It all
So-
worked out.
so
We'll
you guys
trade off
pretty
the
much have-
Rattler.
So
Yeah.
I said it sounds like the Rattler's the only one that you guys might be wanting to trade off. And like I said, there is a bulletproof vest with nymph silk upgrade in that.
Okay, so then that one goes over there. So we're left with basically 2 suits of armor that are being.
Did that hard edge
Scrap.
survive?
Well, there's only one.
That was
suit,
in the explosion.
There's only one suit of armor that is salvage right now. Fiddle's armor is
Okay.
destroyed completely, and I mean, I guess that room didn't really catch on fire, but he was in a lot of explosions. I don't really count that one, and
It's up to you.
the one from
all this just gets
the-
converted into a generic currency
The
called
one in the-
material.
the one
so
in-
it doesn't really matter what state it's in.
The one on the serval is the one that's intact, so it's whatever was on the cog is what you can salvage. So I'd say there's one set of armor you can salvage out of this. Everybody else kind of got destroyed.
I was wondering about that weapon, that the melee weapon. Did that get destroyed in the explosion?
Yeah, that was in the explosions.
Okay.
It all melted to slag. That
Yeah,
fire
the
went for a little
fire is-
bit.
So from the person, we get 1 material go us. And
Did
then
it?
for special magic parts, how many bodies that we have that were actually intact that we're
2.
getting rid of?
2.
Okay. 6 and a 5. 6 is a gun frame. 5 is also a gun frame. So we managed to pull their stuff out. These are just things that can be used for crafting.
You get 2 gun
So-
frames out of 1 gun? That's crazy.
It was a very thick gun. Double barrel? I don't know.
It's funny.
A double barrel Uzi?
Oh wait, no, you're doing this from
Wait,
armor.
no.
You're doing that from armor because you guys got the weapons. You don't get.
Yeah.
You're not.
Okay.
You can't do gun frames.
Then we'll do armor chassis.
Yeah, you get the armor chassis. Okay. Nice and thick.
So armor chassis and armor reactive, which is pretty cool, because that's close actually to being able to make armor. We just need more material.
Yeah, and somebody who can craft it.
I will. Well, hopefully Stottle's got somebody. I'll mark it down in my inventory.
All right. Well, I can write it down. What was it? One.
Is the armor chassis and armor reactive,
I'm just.
And 1 material.
and 1 material. Yeah.
I think
there.
I almost like this idea. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just was saying. In our tracking channel, I have all the loot written down for you guys so far that you have accrued.
I was
Yeah, that's
like, this idea that's like every time it's like, I think, does Stottle have somebody who can do this? It's like every time it's like, well, it was Tony.
Tony was so good. The only thing he
Tony
couldn't do
made
was
this
escape.
entire operation run.
It's gotta be the same time. Tony was so good. The only thing he couldn't do was save
Escape.
himself.
The only thing he couldn't do was run.
Oh.
Poor Tony. Anyway,
Take a moment of silence for Tony. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So, you guys can tear that up. Meanwhile, Zuri's gotten that door. I'll say she got that door. She's like, should I secure the? I'm gonna go upstairs. Yeah. I'm gonna go fix
there's
the
a door up
upstairs
there that
doors.
was locked. It's not as locked anymore because I ran through it. But
They're all busted down.
yeah,
Do you guys Do you guys want me to like keep a lookout outside?
You're probably better at it than I am.
Aaron says, already trying to head out because I just realized there's been like charred, burning, exploded bodies in here, so it probably smells awful, and he's gonna go be sick.
Alright, Aaron,
It either smells awful or it's beginning to smell good. It's up to you.
Aaron, you are going out the side you had not been out previously. Can I get a perception check from you? Difficulty 2?
Is this gonna be the mines, all of
Yeah,
the mines in,
all the
in
mines.
the unmarked things, even when we saw them, so we don't actually
You were
know
on
where
that
we can walk?
side.
Wherever the markings on the side I was on.
I didn't need to make them because I just assumed you walked in a way that you didn't
Difficulty.
step on them.
Difficulty.
I said 2.
Two. Okay. Let's see if it's not great. If I die, I'm gonna laugh and then sleep. Roll. Sweet. Goodbye.
Alright, so you step outside and nothing untoward happens to you. You don't know why you didn't come out this side previously. It seems like it's the better side. Like, it seems like why didn't everybody come out this side? But mainly you completely missed the thing that I was hoping you'd see, and you will take note of the fact that there is light in the distance.
An unusual kind of light? Or...
Yes, a red glowing kind of light that is kind of strange. You've never really seen this occurrence before, but it's like a budding warmth of light, probably about 15 miles out, 10 miles out. It's quite a ways out, but it's so dark down here that seeing light and that bright of light and so tall is very kind of staggering, because you get the idea that it's very far away, but it's very, very bright, and there's a lot of it.
And it's like, this is the
and
sun.
It seems like it was a like large structure that went up, and that there might be others that are starting to go.
Aaron pokes his head back in the door.
Welcome to California.
Do any of you have binoculars? Because like it seems like a lot of things are on fire.
What's on fire? Miko does not possess binoculars, but I will go over there and peek at it.
Buildings, I guess.
It's that building that you guys kind of saw explode / go on fire last session. Except that it seems like it's fully erupting right now. It was part of the distraction, as you recall, when you guys were going in. That explosion happened.
Well, we assumed it was part of the distraction.
Yeah, that was the signal, right? That you guys meant to give each other, was that explosion. And
well, we certainly used it.
Yeah, you used it, but you can see now that it's fairly distant. It's miles away, but like I said, it's so dark down here that light's really prevalent, and you can see it starting to spread.
I'm going to cycle back through the channels to the ones where the screaming occurred, and the various other things that I passed over last time, just to see if any conversations have changed.
There is a lot of dead traffic, but you will briefly flip onto a channel and hear kind of the end of something. Somebody kind of sternly saying, "Sector cleared, pulling out." And
well, they're done, whatever it was.
On the various other channels, you will start hearing pleading. People that are asking what's going on. Answer me, are you still okay? Where are you? There's just a multitude of vectors calling out over various ranges away from you on these radios. One more authoritatively calling for everyone to leave the current sector as fast as possible. Get your food, get your children, run.
Do we have the line to Stottle that we were supposed to send in?
Yes, but you don't have that because you don't actually work on number channels.
No, but like, do we have a thing that can call him?
Yeah,
I do.
You didn't get it, but Amelia did.
She's gonna walk back over here. Amelia, there's a pretty big thing going on that I don't know. We should probably tell Stottle about.
I would have walked out there.
Yeah, that's a fire.
So I'm getting a lot of just blanketed like radio calls for help from that direction, and they don't sound particularly like gang member-ish. They're more like innocent bystander-ish, like the sort that you'd scream before dying.
Have I ever seen like a fire like this down here before?
You guys have experienced fires down here. You might remember one from when you were a very young child. But it is not common. Because it has to happen when the rain isn't going, and the rain hasn't been going lately. And because usually there's that reactor coolant kind of makes the air very moist, and everything kind of drops down. But occasionally, like an explosion or something like that might cause a fire, but it's never been one that spreads.
All right, I'm gonna get my radio out and
And you guys don't necessarily have a fire department.
Right.
Well, we have a volunteer fire department, wherein anybody who's nearby and volunteers becomes the fire department.
Anybody who wants to stop a fire from destroying their life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for a second, their our resident cog was in fact the volunteer fire department.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm gonna signal Stottle. It's like Stottle.
Did you get it?
We've got the building. We're securing it.
Good.
Do you know anything about an entire building going down?
I'm hearing something about an IRPF raid to the north. We haven't got too much on that.
Yeah, okay, shit is... They blew up a whole building.
Oh, fuck. Told you
Like,
they've been
it's
getting
down.
crazy lately.
It's on fire, and
A part of it's still up. No, okay, now it's down.
This is a handheld radio, so we can actually hear.
Yeah, you can
Stottle's
hear.
voice through
You
this
can
as
hear
well,
Stottle
right?
through this. Yeah.
Hey, Stottle, I did hear like general kind of authoritative chatter going back and forth about something being done and something new happening afterward. It sounded pretty organized.
Fuck. You guys think you're in an okay position? Do you need to fall back?
Miko looks around at the half-burning building full of corpses. I don't see why not.
I'm gonna go see if I can find something to look better, and I'd like to try and search around for binoculars. Maybe if they had any.
Alright, you start opening up boxes, and there is stuff in all of these boxes. Like, if anybody had time to go through these boxes, they would find things. And you do find a set of binoculars.
Hey. Okay.
You also find all sorts of weird doohickeys that you have no immediate idea how to use, probably.
Yep. Okay. Is there it says up onto the... Oh, wait, we sealed the doors out there. Never mind.
Oh, no, she's fixing the doors up there. She hasn't sealed them.
Okay, I'm heading up to the roof, and...
Alright,
so
she's gonna be... are you, okay. She's actually trying to fix the door so it's still usable, not try to just seal it up. Because it was only busted through by an angry lateral. It wasn't, like, busted off of its hinges. So, she's trying to fix the locking mechanism. Alright, and you can get up there and you can kind of get your binoculars on. It's hard to like see because it's very bright in that one spot, right? I'm assuming you're looking there.
Yeah,
but
Aaron squinting through the binoculars. Ow.
But you can see like every once in a while parts of the building fall off. I mean, the top is already, like Miko said, it fell and landed on a nearby building. But you can see dark shapes of vectors running away with packages and holding each other, trying to get away from the immediate area. You can also see kind of around it there are vehicles, hover vehicles lifting off, and they seem to be taking a direction to the east.
Away from us.
Yes. You guys are
Aaron
south.
will lean over the edge of the building and go, their vehicles seem to be going away from us.
Should we give chase? No, wait, that would be silly.
Like, no, let's not do that. Like, hey, Stottle, do we have a team coming in to do what we need to do here?
Yeah. I got a couple people coming in. They got back from their runs. I got
You got a vehicle? This place is full of shit.
You fucking know we don't got no vehicles.
They might have a vehicle. We didn't check the garage yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check the garage.
Alright. So, can you give me a perception check as you go outside?
What variety?
It's gonna be a body, but I think you don't really know what yours is. But roll 2d8, or it's 2d8 plus 2 probably for you. I'm assuming. So we'll just say that. We'll just do that roll. All right. Yeah. So no good. All right. So you come out and you don't see anything of interest, and you go over. The door to the side door to the garage seems to be locked, so you'll have to force your way in.
That's good.
Are you gonna force your way through?
Do any of the bodies have keys on them?
Some of them may have, but none of the ones that you had intact.
For all intents and purposes, no.
For all intents and purposes, no, because only 2 people's bodies were able to be recovered.
Right.
You had a very finite pool to work with.
Should I stay up here? Should we stick together, or is this okay?
I think she's gonna go check if there's a spare car or anything. We should probably stay on lookout because if that patrol ends up coming back or something, that's
Is
a
that
problem.
okay, Amelia? You going on your own? Maybe you should take Suri. Oh, has Suri passed out? Oh.
Zuri has
Like-
actually fallen to the ground and seems to be having some sort of seizure.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a shame. None of us can save her.
Yeah.
We literally don't possess those skills.
Huh.
Goodbye, Zuri.
Yeah.
We knew you well.
You guys are so good to Zuri.
I will prop her up in a corner and put a wallet under her tongue.
I don't know if that works on Cogs.
I don't either, but I don't have any skills to check, so that's what's happening.
Yep. But basically, she's trying to induce epileptic seizures for everyone else right now because her lights are going crazy.
Okay.
But it seems like she has something going wrong with her, and there is occasionally like a little visible electrical charge going off at the base of her skull where the big gaping hole is.
I think I was gonna look for something to plug that with. It can't be comfortable.
Yeah, find some wax or something. You just gonna open up some different boxes.
Yeah, I said earlier that I was gonna try to see if there's anything to just be found in here.
Yeah, it kind of got lost in the shuffle of everything being said. So.
I will see if there's anything to just be found in here.
All right, so you start going through various boxes, and there's just a display blanket, kind of cool,
Fancy.
kind of neat. There is let me go down my shopping list of things that were in here. I did get put on the wrong section because I went to go look at the weapons. There is 2 hooks.
Cool.
A gag order.
I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Looks useless.
There is a I don't know know if I like the idea of you having that.
If it makes you feel any better, she's already lost the display blanket because it camouflaged when it hit the ground. She's like, this looks good. I will give this to Erin. She seems cold. Oh, no. Oh, where'd it go?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
And it also landed on top of everything else she had pulled out. And
Our ghosts!
There is a tightrope.
String. Good.
Good string. There is a glass lock.
that sounds like it'd be handy.
It does sound like it's heavy. It also sounds like the sort of thing I wouldn't know about.
Are you
More
just
broken
kind of
stuff.
tossing it to the side?
Well, I mean, it looks like it's somebody's toy thing, so I mean, it's heavy. That's usually indicates that it's important. I'll just kind of toss it over here by the blanket. Oh no!
You find a jar with 2 pills in it.
Nice. Those are always good.
Take
Yeah.
them now.
And as you open the next crate next to that, that's where everything got weird. Because you basically find what appears to be a lot of weird samples and biomaterial and equipment like that. You pull out a almost a specimen container, and it's transparent on one side, so you can kind of see what's in it. And there is a silvery lump moving around inside of it.
I will
And there's
use
a lot of
science.
There's a lot of biohazard tape around this thing.
I will attempt to science what it may be.
Alright, try to science the hell out of this.
I like to think this sounds great from upstairs because it's just saying shuffle, shuffle, funk, shuffle, shuffle, funk as things have tossed aside.
Yeah.
Pretty much. How difficult is this sciencing?
I will say it's a difficulty 1.
Okay, I have a boon. I will go on 10.
Mhm.
And my mind is a 1, so
Your mind is not strong.
I don't have anything
Look
in
at it.
science. Here we
I have
go.
a great mind.
There we go.
Oh,
What is this?
It's a Agiform.
Oh,
In fact, there seems to be a couple Agiforms in here.
that's expensive.
Yeah, these are very expensive pieces that you're finding in here, and the one you're looking at with its silvery sheen, you recognize as a savior.
She's going to carefully put that back down and like caution people to not get close to it. Then she'll pause momentarily and kind of think back for a second, and she stops moving, which is one of the things that doesn't happen all that often with her.
Huh?
As she kind of pours back through previous memories and looks back to them and says, I recognize this, but I don't really have any reason to recognize this.
Mm-hmm. You're having
I've
that
got a
moment.
question.
Huh? Yep.
Is it audible when Miko stops moving? Like, absent?
Well, I
It's
mean,
okay,
it
but-
would be audible for Aaron of suddenly there. You know, you've been hearing things get knocked over by the swaying of the tail, of the feet all over the place because they're constantly adjusting around. Zuri just showed up and is trying to be quiet, probably muted in Discord.
Hi, Zuri.
Hi, Zuri.
Hi.
You're having
Hi.
a seizure. All right.
How'd the
so
game go?
Well, my players were very, very rude,
Oh,
Nice.
oh no.
Oh, how wooed.
and I thought I had some really, really big, nasty enemies for them to fight.
Oh,
but
that's your first mistake.
after 6 critical hits in a row, they were all dead.
Oh, Tygon needs Addy in a game sometime.
No, you don't. You don't. Trust me. It will wound you in the place where your feelings live. Okay,
true.
but right.
Erin's gonna start creeping downstairs. Fidget, are you okay?
I don't respond. Oh, I guess I did again. Don't touch that. She
What?
points to the thing that you're about to touch. That one. Don't touch it.
It's a really interesting thing. This is a specimen container containing this like pearlescent looking, like throbbing little it's like a little slime, and it just kind of gooping around inside from one side to the other, and it has these really interesting kind of like little gold flecks running across its skin.
Erin's very deliberately keeping his hands away from the container, but he's gonna lean down and peer at it. It's super pretty.
Yeah, it's super nice too, but you can't really get rid of it.
Does the
It
jar
seems
fuck
like
me?
it's getting closer to the window when you bend down to look at it.
Now, you're gonna want to back up a little bit more. All right,
Fine,
let's.
I'm not going to open it.
No, it could open itself. Let's just put it back over
It's a
here.
blob.
It's. Don't insult it. She's gonna put it.
It does
over
this cute little
over-
thing where it like bobbles up and down.
Oh my gosh. Aaron's going to bob his head.
It bubbles.
Stop! You're melding.
Oh, it's so cute.
She's gonna cover it up with the blanket, the display
Aw.
blanket. Oh God, it's gone.
What?
No,
Oh yeah, that's not a hazard now.
that's not a hazard at all. But it does kind of seem like the sort of thing she'd do. So she did, in fact, cover it up with the display blanket.
Oh my god, oh my god, Aaron wants the display blanket. I'm taking the display blanket.
Oh,
Okay, what the-
it looks like the world. So kind of
Aaron-
grimy.
Yeah, Aaron's eyes light up and he grabs the display blanket off the container and holds it up. Oh my god. Look.
It starts changing to different shapes. And it goes through demo mode, where it like starts showing beautiful starscapes and fields with trees and things that Aaron has no idea what they are, but just pretty.
Yeah, this Age form and this display blanket probably the prettiest things since Miko and Suri that Aaron's ever seen.
And
Hey, Amelia, are you there? She says over the little radio link.
unfortunately, you never actually got onto a radio subset with Amelia. That was one of the things you guys completely overlooked.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So-
we kind of like talked about figuring that out,
And then we
went
talked
ahead
about
with
it
the
in
building.
post that you guys never did, so you still
It's true.
don't.
I want to. I was gonna break in through that door.
All right, I say.
Like, not try to do as much damage to it as I did to the.
All right, I'm
previous
just
one.
gonna assume that because you don't have your character sheet, we're just gonna assume you will have time in that alleyway. You bust that door down, so you hear. So everyone else will hear a of a door getting busted down. And
I can tell you, I have body 2 and athletics 1.
All right, so you have body 2, athletics 1. I think it was difficulty 2 on those, which is set by your body stat, which means
Yeah,
it would
so
be
2d8 plus
2d8
1.
plus 1. So we'll roll that, and you didn't pass unless you did something, but we'd have a chance to do it again. And oh my God, Amelia!
Oh, let's just
Jesus
use-
Christ, Amelia!
Would you like to use and single focus to bump one up to its success?
I
Okay.
think yes.
Yeah, that would be good. All right, so bump that up, and then you go through the door. But then you are in a vehicle bay. There is no vehicle in here currently, but there are various parts and tools for repairing and caring for vehicles, and also a large tank that may be filled with fuel.
Yeah, so that's just like, yeah, there's no vehicles here, but I mean, there's a lot of good stuff.
She just said there was a tank.
Ah, you guys are terrible today. Terribles.
You say that as though we're not terrible every day.
Never mind, I just noticed a tank.
And that was the day that Amelia died suddenly by a heart attack. I don't know what happened.
Probably all
You're
that
taking the
wine.
blame for my snappiness.
Miko will. Did I find anything else in there, by the way? As I'm going to continue
actually,
looking through stuff.
yeah, you did. There are actually a couple more of these weird creatures that you recognize as Agiforms in there. You will find a strange bomb. And
It worries me that it is both identifiable as strange, but also actually still a bomb.
yes, it's a weirding bomb. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a strange
fairly
bomb.
strange, yeah.
It's a strange bomb. There is. See, I told
There's
you
a lot
guys.
of stuff in here these guys shouldn't have.
There's recall tethers. There's 3 of them.
That's cool.
Oh, I need one.
Miko is going to make careful piles. One is a pile of stuff she can't identify, and another is a pile of stuff they really shouldn't have. So
That
You're
second
gonna
pile
put-
was scarily big.
the strange pile and the stuff of these don't look like they're
There
particularly
are also a
dangerous.
lot of like vials and strangely marked chemicals and things like that in various boxes that are.
Those go
kind
into
of things-
the weird pile.
Yeah.
As does the thing with 2 pills.
Do you think any of that stuff would help Suri?
Well, I mean, this stuff over here, I don't really know what it does.
I'm
I
willing to
think these
keep
are just kind of Mars
stabbing
code
Zuri with
gizmos.
as many of these shots as possible until Zuri's okay.
Aaron is actually looking at the shots with that question on his face of, do these actually work on cogs?
Have
Aaron's
you
not very good
tried
at
like
biology.
just shaking her a bunch, or?
I'll head back.
Alright, so you
Zuri?
come back in, because you haven't been able to hear them talking, you see that they have a box with a weird gloopy creature moving around inside of it, as well as a box with more similar but different looking ones kind of doing that. Zuri is down and out on the ground, and there is, lots of vials and strange things. It seems like they have found a treasure trove of what the hell is this stuff.
Weird silence.
Like, what the
Aaron
fuck
is trying to shake Suri awake. Amelia,
I'll go over there.
Suri's like not doing good.
And I open one of her eyes.
It's still showing different colors of light. Pixel, you're okay. I know, you hate them. The goats are over there. My neighbors have goats and they're scaring my dog.
How
Oh
rude.
no.
Zuri,
Hmm.
you were in the middle of working on a door, but everything kind of just went limp. You feel a little claustrophobic. Your breathing's a little heavy. It feels like you're having a hard time focusing, and that pain in the back of your head is just so harsh. And you feel a reassuring hand suddenly grip your arm. It's Alejandro. Or, I mean, you perceive it as Alejandro, but you've kind of gotten used to the fact that whatever that is, that you keep seeing, it seems like their shape is very malleable at best right now. He grabs your arm. Shh. It's okay. Let me help. Just let me help. There's a lot of damage. Shh. I'm gonna have to fix it, okay?
Okay.
You should probably deal with whatever's lobotomizing me currently. Just saying. I don't want to let somebody in on that. I don't like what's going on in there.
He will lightly touch the back of your head and stroke the back of your hair, and he goes, "Always here for you, Rosie.
I've got
I've
true
always been
love
here.
in Subosio.
I'm always here for you." And then there is a brief kind of like flash of light, and it's like a pang, or it's like a memory that's not yours. And you see a white lioness down on the ground. 3 large guys, vectors in armor. It's hard to see really well. There's liquid going in front of your eyes, and it's blurring your vision a bit. And you see them hold the gun to her head, and they yell back something at you. And then there's a jerk, and your eyes close suddenly, and then you start to come to again.
In fairness, they were probably all jerks.
What the heck was that?
What the heck was that? You just had a nightmare.
Aaron, you fixed her.
Suri, you okay?
Well, I am really not sure. I'm having really, really strange dreams.
Also, like falling asleep in the middle of activity and the fitting on the ground.
Wait, what? Oh, damn it. Oh, great. What happened? What happened? What's going on?
You're in
Exactly what I just said.
Real quick, Zuri got shot last time, didn't she?
Yeah, actually, quite a few times. At least one time, very badly, as I recall.
Amelia's just gonna like pull her clothing aside and like look at the wound.
It's pretty deep and painful looking.
First, ow. Second, don't do that without asking first. Rude.
Rude much. All right,
It's
so
like, are you gonna live?
is this where your brain was? Important things to ask when you're dealing with a cog.
Yeah, just like, what's going? How bad is this?
It's it hurts, but I think I'm gonna be all right. It's the dreams that are worrying me.
Can you stay on your feet?
Well, let me try. Can
I'll
I?
offer her a hand to help her up.
Oh, thank you.
The little blobby is bouncing up and down at you.
A little what?
Miko is going to stand in front of the blob. She's fairly defensive of the blob.
Okay, what is that?
It's nothing that they really need. In fact, it's nothing anybody really needs. Actually,
What is
nothing
that?
that's what it really
You
needs.
just want it for yourself.
I mean, I don't even know if it would work. That would be kind of interesting, though.
I mean, you're already like your own pet, right?
What?
Maybe I could try it for myself. No, wait.
No,
so,
it's okay.
no, I mean, you don't want it. And unless you want to be young forever. Anyway, listen. So they're pretty expensive, and they're really hard to come by, and they really shouldn't have them. But honestly,
His eyes are narrowing because it just sounds like these are valuable and I want them.
and Stottle might want it.
Okay, what is it?
It's and she looks like she's having kind of brain hiccups because the knowledge that she has isn't meshing with the knowledge that she should have. Because by all rights, she doesn't know about any of this stuff, but she does from days gone by. It's an organism,
right?
Well, kinda. I mean, it attaches to you. It's like a symbiont. It kind of grabs on and gets into you and lets you do things.
Like a hook holds onto you?
Zuri
Like a
tries
parasite, kinda.
to get closer,
Meanwhile,
get
while
a
you're
closer
discussing
look.
it, the little thing is like stretched itself out, and it's got like little pseudopods, like little arms. So it's using to kind of pull itself up, and like the blobby, like nondescript part of the thing you might think is his head, just kind of is wobbling back and forth, trying to look past.
They're actually really useful, but they're tough to get rid of, and they demand certain things of their owners.
What do they do?
Would that
exactly?
even work on me? I mean, I'm strictly speaking not a living thing. So
It doesn't really need to work on you. Its abilities could work on you. This one heals things, and it can create resins. It's really
Also-
adept.
When Zuri says I'm not really a living thing, Erin looks horrified at this self-racism.
The term is not an organic thing. Not an organic thing.
You're alive. If anyone ever tells you otherwise, you shouldn't listen to them. Don't let anybody tell you that.
It's very stalwart of you, little girl.
sorry, bad choice of words. I'm
which
not
one?
organic.
What do we have available, Sam? What's over here? Which ones are there?
You want to know which ones there are? Well,
Yeah.
there's one ruinous one.
Yeah.
And
That container better be specialized.
that one is heavily that one.
Glass is acid proof for the most part.
Yeah, I mean it does seem to be a little bit of a spitfire, you could say. That one. That one isn't doing the cute little wibble wobble that the Savior one is doing. This one's a deep black with kind of like weird vibrant blue light flecks all over it, and it just kind of seems like it's kind of roiling like an angry liquid, and every once in a while it's doing the equivalent of if a slime could headbang. And There is a deep blue one with like little like yellowy fins on it, and there is one that is
They're on page 240 if you're looking for one.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to. I don't see the description for the one that I want to describe.
Is it
There's not a
which one?
description on the Slaver one.
Noticeable set of eyes and a smooth hump along the upper back. Well adapted brain, and it doesn't have much else beyond
Yeah,
that.
it was like I still couldn't say that there's like a thing for that one.
You ever see the Puppet Masters?
No, I don't want to. No. All right, so we're skipping that one. There is one of each type with the Slaver. There's a Firebrand as well.
Okay. They've almost got the entire collection here. The ones that ever made production. These are 1,000 credits apiece on the street.
But that could like pay up way to the surface.
It probably could, but I don't know who you want to give them to. They're all pretty dangerous, especially this one. And she points over to the white one.
It's like slapping a little pseudopod against the glass slightly.
Well,
Tap,
Erin is
tap,
going to
tap,
pull out
tap.
his little hollow locket.
It looks kind of friendly. Why is it dangerous?
She looks rather distrustful at it. We don't want the spirals to have any of these. If you're hoping for any other of the factions to get an edge on it, this is not a set of abilities you want anybody holding on to.
Like, no, I absolutely don't want them to. I don't want them to have anything in here.
Well, we can probably sell them back to TTI. I'm sure they were stolen.
What's
we could-
TTI?
They don't.
That's true.
She looks around outside. Well, I mean, they're on the surface, I guess. Wow, these guys must have a way up to the top. How else did they get them? You can't really walk into the stores and pick these up.
They got something going on. I never found out what it was.
Oh, also you found like an entire like crate and a half of Vitae. Like bio
High grade.
high
Vitae.
grade
Yeah,
Vitae.
I mean, they hit a really big chemistry shop to get all this stuff. This is expensive material. If you've got the right buyer, it's pretty useless to anybody else. But she's looking back over at the white one. You know, this would actually be really useful for Stottle's team if somebody was willing to kind of keep it.
Well, I think we deserve a cut here. It's like there's so much here that Stuttle can have, and these could be our ticket out.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you gotta have the right
Vitae
buyers for something like this.
Corey saying, Ty?
This Vitae alone is worth a lot. We could sell it to progenitors.
Yeah, we'd have to have a contact with them, though. Plus, they're going to check identities, and I don't know about you, but I wanted for various acts of maleficence.
I don't think I have an identity.
Maleficence?
Oh, I
Malfeasance?
used to it.
She ponders the term. She's going to pace around them either side a little bit, going, well, we can work out trade or something. I just don't know who we could get to buy unless we got up on the surface. Then I could find somebody. I know all sorts of people how do I know all sorts of people?
I don't think you'll find somebody down here who'll pay 1,000 credits for any of this stuff.
Erin's gonna glance at the medium. She's gonna blink back down to look at the little blobby white one. Do you think Stottle would be willing to let us have these and put us in contact with someone? I mean, we just got him a really big haul.
Stottle's going to be our way to the surface. That's the whole point of this.
So
We
that
could
he must
probably-
know people, right?
Yeah.
You do
I
know
mean,
that
this stuff
Stottle
is-
has a few loose contacts, and he has sent people to the surface before. But usually, people who go to the surface have not stayed
Come
in
back.
contact. It is usually assumed that after the first message, where they're all like, it's so great up here, and then the messages stop.
She's going to sit and hump down a little bit and says, well, it's not my problem. You guys can figure out what you want to do with it. I'm not too interested in the cash, except for maybe this one. And she's tapping the white one over here. The other ones you can all get surgically removed. This one's pretty permanent.
The white one keeps tapping back at Miko.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah,
Do you
Just
want
name
it?
sort of neat.
I want it. Gonna keep it in the box.
You wouldn't keep it in the box.
I'm gonna call it. He narrows his eyes as he's thinking.
Snowball.
Lobo.
Globo. I'm gonna call it Snot Rag.
I'm gonna call it Nando's.
It's just my little cheeky Nando.
Cheeky Nando's. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, you have quite a collection of those there, and like I said, you have the tight ropes and the other stuff. Actually, give me one last I want to get it checked from somebody because there's a item that you might find, and if you won't find it, you'll miss it. So we'll do.
I've not checked yet. I will check.
You can do a search of some sort. This will be a
Miko is going to
difficulty 3.
decide that she has done the best that she can do to inform people of the imminent hostility and potential danger of these creatures, and she will huff away to go look outside. Upon leaving, she will also look and knock over the White One's kettle. I assume it breaks upon hitting the ground.
It always
Oh, no.
breaks upon hitting the ground.
It
It makes the
Hits it
cutest
with the
noise
tail.
when it gets out. It kind of like
the tail on accident. It breaks upon
no.
hitting the floor.
Blobby.
it makes the cutest little as it comes out, and it kind of rights itself, and then it starts doing this slow advance on anybody that's nearby.
Oh, I was right nearby.
I believe Ellie was the closest character.
I know.
at the time.
It's a slow advance. It's not rapid, so I'm just saying if anybody wants to grab and pull.
Sorry, I'm looking outside. I don't know.
I'll get like a coffee can or something and just like stick it over it.
I think it's too big for that.
I don't think they're that big.
Yeah,
actually.
they're not particularly big when they're not joined with somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you throw a can over it suddenly, and the can starts kind of moving around.
Oh, it's okay. I can handle it.
More adorable.
And there's this
Aaron's
noise.
gonna look for like a piece of paper or something to like slide under the can. With a card and the crate lid. No, it'd be really thick.
That'd be really thick. Yeah, yeah,
Display blanket.
yeah. You try and lure it over the.
Oh no,
like-
where's it?
Now it's stealth. And the blanket starts moving around the star pattern.
Aaron will pick up the can with the display blanket.
I passed the perception.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
All right, so there is a snap shunt that is something you would recognize, and most people down here
Ooh,
wouldn't.
Miko.
In one of the boxes.
She is going to look down at that and actually don't know that I would.
What is it?
TTI. It's a teleporter, but it's.
No,
supposed
I'm
to
just saying
know.
that you're somebody from up top, so you might actually have an idea of what
yeah.
this is.
You
This
might
is
know
newer
this
tech.
because-
Give yourself a generous roll to identify it.
No, it's,
She's gonna gasp a little bit and grab it up. Ooh, I found something really neat.
yeah. There's this little tin can moving around in the background as you're saying this.
What did you? Oh, I was gone for less than a minute.
I pick up the tin can.
It basically you lift the tin can up and it does the thing with the two little pseudopods waving in the air,
Oh my god.
like
My heart is
picking me
breaking.
up, picking me
Oh.
up.
I'm gonna pick it up with the display blanket.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna-
so you're just gonna throw a blanket over.
No, I'm
I was
gonna,
like-
hands under the blanket, pick it up,
Uh.
just try and smother it like a puppy that's angry with teeth.
I just put the lid on the coffee can.
You don't have a thing anymore because she took the can off the can off. So she
Oh, okay.
so because she removed that. So yeah, you've got it's doing its cute little wavy of the arms, and all of a sudden it's engulfed in blanket. So now there's just like this like pool of something moving around inside the blanket that you've got.
Get in the
wrapped up.
stage for motherfuckers.
You're gonna don't touch it with your well.
It's cute. Look, it's fine. It's just, oh, he's so friendly.
I don't think that it's fine.
Just wants to hug you.
I've never had a
well,
pet before.
it wants to hug you forever.
Maybe it won't work on a blip.
Aaron's never had a pet before.
No, it probably will.
Pet.
Pet. Are you petting or are you petting
she-
your blanket?
Pet.
She's going to perk her ears a little bit in interest, and it doesn't actually. It's the wrong reaction. Like it should have been oh no, now it's happened, but it's like okay,
No,
well,
child.
now it's happened. Let's see where this goes.
I pet without the blankets.
You pet without the blanket. Its little hands just suddenly kind of rush up to little globule pseudopods, kind of rush up to touch your fingers, and then they snap around very suddenly, and there's like a pinch, and it's on your hand, and it's not coming off your hand. And it kind of wraps around your hand briefly, and there's this, like I said, there's this kind of a feeling of a pinch, and then at the palm of your hand, there's like a little bead that forms, and it just, and you just, it kind of goes suddenly quiet, but there's like this, like almost like a little hard dome that is formed in the center of your palm.
Are
And,
you okay? What's happening?
Kind of stung.
Oh, I'm probably going to fix that in a minute.
Aaron's holding up his
there is
hand.
suddenly a feeling of it doesn't hurt anymore.
Oh.
It's okay.
Miko, what's it doing?
Well, that'll be growing
Ooh.
soon.
There's a kind of a bit of euphoria coming over you.
Yeah. This is kind of cool.
Do we need to get that thing off of her?
You can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I'm just like drawing my knife and walking over there.
Oh, what? No,
It's like, let me see your arm.
not when you're holding a knife. I'm
It won't
okay.
hurt her.
I'm like really super.
Miko's gonna step over and look at it. It's not gonna hurt her. In fact, it's really useful. It's just it's fairly integrated.
So they say if we take the arm off now,
Oh, that wouldn't do anything.
Aaron
That
looks
won't-
It
vaguely
would grow a
horrified.
second Aaron, actually.
Yeah. In fact, it would be an interesting experiment. I don't
In fact,
recommend
let's
it.
do it. Miko thinks.
She's kind of pondering
like
it. Shakes her head.
just like, I mean, are you sure we can't get it out right now? I'm actually really good at taking arms off.
My
My Star
Reaching
Wars
for his
skill is
pistol,
hard.
like in that
Yeah,
worried
Jesus.
way.
What, Sam?
I said you're gonna get your Star Wars on.
I've been Star Wars too many fucking times.
It has happened a few times.
It has
She was really
happened.
excited about it when it actually happened in Star Wars.
Yeah,
but
that, in the Star Wars game, losing my hand was great, but no.
everywhere else, she shakes her head. You've got a better chance of killing her if you do that. It's not like we could barely fix Zuri. It's not like we could solve an amputation right here. It'll be integrated in less than a minute. At which point it's done.
And it's like, I mean, if it's not a problem, it's not gonna hurt her.
No,
Yeah,
it's not going to hurt her. In fact, she might not really get hurt ever.
Oh,
And that's a
I don't
bad thing?
understand. You made this sound like, yeah, well, I mean, you made it sound like this is some kind of, I don't know. You made it sound freaky. I mean, are
Yeah.
you sure? I'm really good at taking limbs off without killing people.
Where's the pistol that Amelia took? She have like
Oh,
on
the
her?
Rattler?
Oh yeah, we have one somewhere.
Yeah, the Rattler.
She's gonna look over at it briefly and shake her head. It says it's a regenerative organism. It's designed to protect her and the people around her. It's just aggressively good at it.
Okay, cool. I just put my weapon away. I put the knife away.
I'm
Just
still
like-
shying away from Remedia all the same.
Yeah.
I just like, hey kid, look at me. You feel
Yeah.
all right? You're not getting any weird
Yeah.
urges?
Your fury is not weird, so no.
Okay,
really
you
good.
you start to feel something that don't feel like you. Let me know, okay?
I feel like me. I mean, I feel the thing on my hand, and Erin's gonna rub at that.
It's like it's probably about the size of a pearl at this point. It's just a little indent, and it's got
Oh my
these kind
God.
of like got these little. It's like you've got a gem Sona now, but you've got like kind of a little hardened bulb in the center, and it's that pearlescent with actually really cool gold, like lightning strikes going through it.
It may relocate as it gets used to you. I usually
Can do
see them
that.
on the nape of the neck.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of looking it over a little bit, and she's a little detached. It's not quite as boisterous as she usually is.
So I don't get an actual pet.
No, you'll probably start hearing it eventually.
Hearing it?
It's kind of in you, Aaron. They join. It's not like having a pet or an attachment. It's a part of your body now. In fact, you can't really get rid of that one.
Processing.
Now,
Ah.
I was gonna say that was said like multiple times before you touched it.
I know, but like,
Not
what do you mean?
ever.
What do you mean hearing it?
I mean, it's going to tap into your neural pathways and begin talking at you. They're not terribly intelligent, but it might start suggesting things or just sort of pushing you in different directions. This was an upgrade of an earlier organism we developed ages ago. Wait a minute, when did we develop this?
You've made?
No, I mean, so there was another one that was way more pushy, and it wasn't working, and it got replaced with these, which are a lot more docile. But you might occasionally get the desire to do things that are a little reckless, which
I need to
will
know,
protect you
by the
more.
way.
Aaron, you hear a kind of a soft, kind of sweet little voice in the back of your head. Boring word sounds.
I was like, yeah, Aaron, you start hearing some voices telling you to do stuff. You tell me right away, okay?
Telling me to do stuff? Okay.
Scary lady.
Yeah. But it'll keep me safe, right, Fidget?
Well, I mean, I suppose.
Worry dog.
Zuri is looking around the broken specimen container.
Yeah, there's glass everywhere. It was kind of a nice looking thing. It had a serial code on the side of it. It was actually a registered piece of material, apparently.
Yeah.
She's looking around for a couple of moments and goes, "Why is there no freaking manual? This is just like TTI."
Well, it's the kind of thing that they would normally explain to you during surgery.
During surgery, after you've had the drugs.
Yes.
And
It
there's
is probably-
hazard tape around the top of it, and there are hazard tape around the other Agiforms that are there, which they seem a little bit more animated ever since the one got free.
You can heal Zuri with it.
What?
Yeah, it works on anything that's missing wounds.
What do you mean missing one?
Well, I was saying that out of the character.
Oh,
but if,
right, okay.
if Sam wanted to say that it was giving you urges to
Oh,
heal somebody,
I thought that was in character. I was like, yeah, I can heal through a bit.
We
What
can
do you mean
fix.
missing one?
Fix it.
He's like, hey, Zuri, come here.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Wait, what?
Amelia's telling me to do things.
Owies, fix them.
I always fix them.
I was like, Amelia turns her side so that her pistol is on the opposite side of Aaron, and is just kind of slowly drawing it, just like, what's it telling you to say, sweetie? Or do, sweetie?
Fix what?
Owies.
Owies?
Owies.
Like Suris?
Back of the head. Owie.
Oh. It wants me to fix Suri's head.
I would kind of appreciate that, I have to admit.
Well, hold on. Does it mean fix her or fix her?
Like I feel like I should be
Confusing word
just
sounds.
helping heal. Like
Same word twice. It's just telling her, don't know. Fix.
Right, I get the healy urge, right?
Yeah, it's
'Cause
very,
there's drive,
it's very
there's
healing.
drive behind
It seems very simple right now. I mean, you
Yeah.
might be its first host, and it hasn't really communicated with many people.
So it kind of depends on like what sort of personality you want to apply to it. But the way you heal with this is by giving your wounds to them, and then the Age of Form heals you. So its general desire is get hurt more readily, so I can continue to heal you.
It
Which
wants
you
to
can
heal
just-
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it wants to facilitate you becoming injured so that it can heal you.
we fix whole. I fix you.
Okay. I think I can just make Suri feel better, like her injury.
And it's like, what's that entail? I'm just like looking at I'm gonna say Fidget because I can't remember her name.
Damn it, Ollie, you've done it again! Damn it, Ollie! How many times
I am
How
the
many
name
names
taker.
must fall?
So actually, so I was like looking over, and just being like, "Hey, Jiggle Puppy, what's that mean?"
That is a step too far.
And far more accurate, really. So
It really actually was.
Miko is going to kind of smirk a little bit and says, "Well, it's a regenerative system. She can actually use its ichor to repair other systems. She could repair Zuri with it."
That's ridiculous.
You haven't seen ridiculous yet.
I'd kind of like to. I mean, that not necessarily appreciate the
It's like we could
term,
touch
but
them.
I'd like to be repaired.
Can we touch them? We should touch them.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
And
Touch them.
Aaron's gonna reach out to touch Suri's head.
All right. There is a brief, weird thing because, the end of your hand where you touch, the little pseudopods kind of latch out briefly onto Zuri's head, as it seems to make contact in a weird kind of pulsing way, and there's this really intense feeling of euphoria. You're a little lightheaded, Aaron, as it's actually pulling from you to heal her, but it's making you feel really good about it. So even though that there is a paleness that kind of shudders over Aaron over what happens, and you can tell it's taking a toll on Aaron. Suddenly Zuri's back of their neck, that hole that is right at the base of their skull, starts to knit together, and all that stuff starts to suddenly heal over as the Age of Form pulls back away, nesting into the palm of her hand again.
By as soon as that pseudopod shoots out, Amelia has her pistol out trained on Aaron.
Oh, that feels weird. That feels kind of strange.
Yeah, it's a very tingly feeling.
Oh.
The pain goes away immediately though after you get impact, Zuri.
Oh.
So the pain stops.
Oh wow. That feels a lot better.
Oh, I feel hungry. One second.
Food now.
Okay, I'm good.
Food now.
No.
Hungry. Food. Food.
Also,
More,
how
food
long
more
is the round
healing.
speed?
It's only a few. It's 12 seconds. It'll only take about a minute to come over.
Yes, so
You basically don't need to worry about wounds too much unless you're actually killed in combat.
Yeah.
Out of it, you'll regenerate your whole wound pool in a minute.
Jeez.
Wow.
Okay.
So we gotta flat kill her in combat. Got it.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
have to combat. It's only one wound per combat, so it gives her 10 extra essentially. But
Yeah.
But out of combat, she'll get over it.
You
Which
mean-
is kind
you
of the
mean one
issue,
You
right?
mean 1 extra or 10 extra?
Well, she gets one every round,
Oh,
so
okay.
that accumulates over however many rounds that you need to, in order to whittle her down.
Okay. But yeah, there is an insistent voice of food and maybe more healing. Help more people. Fix everyone. Everyone. Fix everyone.
Okay, yeah.
Let's
yeah,
do more.
We'll help people.
Do more. Help people.
Shush.
Hero. Hero now.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you poor child. There are probably so many hurt people down here.
We're
Apparently we're
gonna
be a hero.
fix the world, annoying montage from the age of farm.
That being said, I'm down a wound, so if you pass them out,
I think you mean
It-
say
it-
Nico pipes up. I'm hurt.
yeah,
But okay.
yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. And she will go and touch the glow puppy as well.
Pseudopods away!
Ah, it tickles.
This one's funny. It tickles when I touch it.
She's always moving.
It wiggles. Wiggles!
It's always wiggles.
Wiggles. Okay, more hurt people. More food.
No, not
More.
right now.
More. Fix more. Give me your XPs. Which I will remind you, Age of Farms do eat your
It
XP.
consumes
Yeah.
an XP around unless the unfaithful, which I never do, so I'm just counting myself an XP down.
Yeah. But yeah, there's this kind of thing. But meanwhile, the other little containers are actually starting to make knocking noises as the creatures inside are trying to bust out.
Mika's gonna look over at the rest of them. Anybody else want one?
No, I was gonna like start putting them back in the crate.
The Firebrand one apparently does as much as it can to flip you the bird, but it only has a pseudopod, so there's this like pseudopod that just goes straight up and holds it there.
I don't want to know what that means.
It's waving.
Hey kids, can you wave just the tall finger?
Eat, eat. But yeah, there's you can put those up, but you have a big crate of those, and they're very delicate material. I mean, you don't want to have those bust open on accident.
These aren't the sort of things that we want to have bust open on accident.
Like, yeah, that's why I'm putting them in the crate. Like packing.
Well, I just mean, like, what's the plan with them? I mean, honestly, it's no worse than having a stray flamethrower around. It's just they're kind of like.
What? What do you mean it's no worse than having a straight flamethrower around? Don't know.
I mean, come on, we just went through a whole place full of mines, didn't we? I figure they've got a stray flamethrower around. It's less the thing's abilities and more that they couldn't have gotten them legitimately.
No, they don't. That's not what they do here.
Well, I mean, there's stealing from the local progenitist shop and getting a few extra medicines, and then there's stealing transcendent technology. She's looking over at the weirding bomb.
What?
I mean, I think I might know why the RPF are burning buildings down. Is all I'm saying.
Oh.
What is a transient technology?
That's kind of a big question, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not really sure why I know right now.
Oh my god. Zuri, come here.
What's wrong?
I'm gonna look at her wounds.
She looks pristine.
Like back of her head. It's like, how do you feel?
I feel good. The pain is gone.
Is it in you too now?
No, we're gonna wait. There are better Bono opportunities than that.
Okay.
Don't burn it on something that easy.
Is Amelia just having like the fucking horrible flashbacks to the Thing airing on a back to Neverland?
All right, everybody, put blood in a beaker. We're gonna put a little hot thing on it. Screams.
I hadn't even got to the thing yet. I was just thinking about like white goop in a container, like scooting around, and I'm just like, can't get enough of that wonderful stuff.
Oh,
It's
God.
the taste sensation.
Zuri is quiet for a moment, thinking back of all the things that happened. The
I'm just-
text appearing.
She has bigger issues.
Says, no, I don't think so.
Is it telling you to say that right now?
No, nobody is. telling me
Amelia's
to
eyes
say-
narrow.
No, it only tells me to say things.
Amelia just kind of looks like she's like really rolling something around in her peanut, and then she slowly puts her gun away.
Miko's gonna to go over and reassure her, don't worry, it only exists where the core is. There shouldn't be any kind of multiple personalities. Also, it touched me too, so take that as you will. She snickers and walks off.
And that's Amelia never slept again.
Everybody took the punch.
It's like, okay, anyways, come here. I want to see if this fits you.
Who?
Zuri.
If what fits me.
I just like hold up the bulletproof vest.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we found the Nymph Silk Vest.
Also, I've got some clothes here that's a little bit more practical than this prom dress you're running around in. If you want to change into those real quick.
I guess.
I like to feel.
I like to feel
I mean-
pretty.
It's not about pretty. It's about memories.
Well, I mean, put that in your backpack. You know.
They're overrated anyway.
You apparently have spares.
Whoa.
I'll figure that out eventually.
But yeah, I made
Memories
I made a
there.
list of the other items other than the Age of Forms that you guys found. Oh, and there's like a whole bunch of possible TTI vials and things like that that are in various things that nobody here could possibly identify at all.
So has the advanced team that they sent out to come meet us like actually shown up yet?
You guys were talking to them, and then that kind of got cut off in the middle. But they are sending a group. You
I
do
was
know
actually just about to radio them again, just like, "Are you guys here yet?"
it takes
It's getting weird.
it actually takes a couple hours, as you guys recall, to get from that base to here.
Yeah, it'll be
So-
like every 15 minutes though. Amelia's just like kind of pacing around.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you keep messaging me? Don't you have like a base to secure? Did you fix all the doors yet?
No, actually, I've been knocking holes in the walls. I figured that would help because we'd have something to shoot and throw grenades through, and it would make the building more secure. Because I'm a fucking idiot, Stottle. I'm a total moron. That's why you put me on this mission, right?
I finished the next hall.
Look, if we put the display blanket over the hole, it looks like
You
there's a
know,
wall
I
there,
really
so-
appreciate your sass so much. It's very helpful to me when I'm going down and losing people that we both really fucking care about because shit's getting hard down here. And then when I ask you if you're getting shit done, you need to tell me, no, I'm a fucking moron every fucking time. Can you just say, sir, yeah, or dude, subtle, I know what I'm doing. But no, you have to make a big deal about it. And now I'm talking and yelling in front of the kids fucking, hey!
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you're not gonna lose one kid.
Ever. Ever.
Does anybody mind if I take one of these? Erin asks, holding up a recall tether.
What's it do?
Look, Erin puts one part of it down, presses the button, and it snaps back. It's really cool.
That is perhaps the coolest thing I have ever seen. Do it again.
Erin puts the one separate bit down, presses the button, it snaps back. Oh, I wonder how far away it can do this from.
I also wonder this.
Okay,
She will take the end of it and
Yeah.
proceed down the end of the hall.
Okay. Alright, that's too far. Bit closer.
Okay,
Okay, too
ready?
far. Bit closer. Okay, let's try
Ah.
it.
Zoe has this expression of get some popcorn. This is gonna be good.
Stottle, are you guys almost here?
Jesus Christ, I sent the kids a bit ago.
Why are they sending the kids to defend the place? I literally just latched an organism to the back of a kid to keep her safe. Why are you sending more? You know what? Screw it. Send all the kids. I got like 4 more of these. This one shoots fire.
Is there something wrong on that side, Amelia? Because your Sparkle Dog got awful surly sounding in the background.
Oh no! Don't mind me. Just sitting on thousands of dollars.
Also, what the fuck happened to Aaron? There's a what
I'm
going
like
on?
cutting the transmission. I'm just like, don't openly transmit that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Sorry. Whew. It's been a day.
It has. Just like going back and it was like it is this, the longer I sit here, the harder sitting here is.
How high
Did we
can
find
we
any
jump?
toggles by chance?
How high can we jump? How high can we jump?
Oh, this is to me.
How high can we jump?
Aaron, like, without really thinking about it, like, starts to hop up and down.
Mika
really
will
good
also
at
start
that.
hopping up and down because that seems like a thing to do now.
Everybody else is getting pretty restless too.
So it's worth noting that it grants feelings of euphoria in pretty much everybody it touches. So we're a little high right now, and you are all alone with us. Enjoy that.
Well, that's welcome to company because Amelia started this mission with a head pack just jammed with full night.
How do you make the lights go? I want to make the lights go. Why are the lights
Oh, you
changing
just have to
color?
make Zuri feel bad.
How do you make?
What is-
How does she make the lights go? Can we make your lights go? Where are your lights?
I-
How do I fix your lights?
I
You
don't
need
have
lights.
lights.
You need lights. How do I fix your lights?
I don't have lights.
I need to fix your lights.
Miko, it's dumb.
No self-depreciation among me.
Oh, poor
You
baby
can just,
deformed.
shh, it's learning.
Oh, okay. No lights, some lights, she says, pointing to Suri. Lots of lights, she says, pointing to Miko. No lights, pointing at Amelia.
There's like this silence of like, and it goes, why didn't get lights? Seems
I
so,
picked the
lights should
wrong
have
one.
lights.
It's better to be able to watch lights than have lights. Miko, can you glow?
She will flash various flickery colors.
I like watching them most.
Yeah, logic.
She will spin around in circles. I'm also gonna try to attach the Zappy boy that I picked up to myself.
Snapchat?
The snapshot, yeah.
Yeah, he can do that.
Alright, and she'll wiggle into that.
Oh yeah, I am actually also putting lyrical tether on my pistol and not just playing with it.
Yeah. Though it is really fun to play with for a little while.
Yes.
There were no toggles. There was a radio that did get blown up. There were actually more radios that got blown up, but they did not have any actual toggles because people in the low end of the game, and Amelia will know this, they don't usually get to have.
Oh, instead, they
High-end
get stolen
communication.
bioforms.
Well, they were guarding it. They didn't know it was in the crates, and Amelia would know that usually in that gang, when you're given a crate to watch, you don't open it, and fuckers that open it end up on the table.
Oh.
There's some loyalty
Hey,
there.
Amelia,
Yeah.
the guy that we saw in the truck that was leaving, the big guy with all the tubes. Did you know who that was?
Yeah, his name's Brent.
Well, what is Brent's deal?
She's gonna stare off into silence for a little bit, probably. Moody
Brent
teenager kicks
is
on.
in charge. Brent is in charge here.
Uh huh. Go on. Was Brent an old flame? Did we know Brent? Because he seemed really familiar with a lot of the people we just killed.
Yeah, I know Brent.
So you know how you're always complaining about people not giving you straight answers? Good. Glad we had
That's
this little
pretty-
talk.
I think it's pretty straight answer. I know Brent. He's a
Okay.
bad guy.
Well,
and now
well,
he's not as much a guy as much as he is, I don't fucking know, a weapon.
Brent is an accident waiting to happen, but Brent is also Vitae fueled, and I believe
Yeah.
we have Brent's fuel back here.
Mm-hmm.
If you pour this fuel down a drain, not only will he be pouring away thousands of credits, but he will also probably extinguish after a few days, unless he's got another supply.
Yeah, and these few days, he's probably gonna be really dangerous.
Brent's pretty high up. He's pretty important. And he'll probably be given the resources to get what he needs.
Well, we should really find out where they keep getting this much, because that's quite a bit.
Aaron
It's kind of a lot.
raises a hand.
Where did you learn to do that?
I told you like a few hours ago.
Well, yeah, but I
Right.
didn't
Don't
believe it. I
know.
wanted to
You
check
raise your
story.
hand and a little pseudopod comes out from the inside of your palm and it raises
Jesus,
up as
I've got my
well.
own little Mickey.
Which you should be so lucky. Mickey was pretty
Just
great.
fucking not as intelligent as Mickey, so no.
Yeah, it's raising its little pseudopod up and waving it as well in a mimicry of what Aaron is doing.
What?
Oh, that's so cute.
What if they didn't steal this stuff?
Well, then there's a much bigger problem at that point.
That'd be bad, right?
Well, I mean, maybe not. She's kind of trying to wrestle with what she knows versus what she doesn't know. It's like I'm pretty sure that like the actual manufacturers of this don't particularly want them floating around in the underground for any particular reason, unless they've done something to try to, I don't know, maybe track where they're going. But if we can go to the higher parts, the stuff that's upstairs, and just tell them, they might send down enough people to resolve this issue. I mean, there are bigger forces out there than just the spirals.
So do you think they could help?
Well, I mean, I think they could resolve the issue.
Aaron asks, even though the players sitting there going, resolve the issue is just everybody down here.
I think they might actually be trying to right now. She's looking out over at the burning building.
As you guys are kind of looking over at the burning building, there is suddenly an explosion at the side of your building.
Oh shit, that's not good.
I'm gonna just grab my radio, just like Stoddle. Are you guys actually close?
Panic scream.
Stoddle's like, "What the fuck? I'm still back at base." And there is actually suddenly yelling, and there are two figures that are hauling a third figure away from your guys' building suddenly.
Oh, we didn't tell them about the mines.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna. Did we ever find binoculars?
Yeah,
Yes,
Aaron has
I
them.
have binoculars.
I'm gonna snatch them from Aaron as I run to somewhere where I can
That
look.
is a
at them.
motto.
Yeah, there is definitely three of the older boys from Stoddle's crew. And one of them looks like they may have stepped on a mine, and they are not doing very well. The group seems to be moving away in a panic because they don't seem to understand what happened. They're looking around anxiously, like somebody may have shot them.
I'm tossing the binoculars back to Aaron and running to the closest safe place. Like, hey, wait! Just stand still.
We did it again.
Hey!
Mika's just gonna keep chewing on her man jerky here. She's like,
Hey,
Yeah,
Amelia!
mine's
Roy's hurt. I think he lost his leg. We can't find it.
I can help.
It's like,
Aaron,
I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna show you how to get through. There are mines.
What
There
the
are
fuck?
mines.
There are mines?
Didn't Stoddle tell you?
No! The fuck, man? Why didn't he fucking tell us there were mines? It's
Look,
the-
oh, we'll discuss. We'll discuss that when we get you in here. Okay, I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming.
They are currently trying to staunch somebody who is bleeding out. Because
Do
when
you
you
know
lose a
where the
leg,
mines are?
it depends on which side they go out. Actually, I believe. Because Amelia did make the check on one side of the building, not on the other side. But
I'm gonna go around the way.
Come from.
But they are probably around front of the building right now because they were retreating because they thought they were under attack. So they aren't in the minefield right now.
Front building, I think.
You can go either side.
Either side leads to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron's going outside. He knows.
I'll follow Aaron.
Okay. Walk where Aaron walks.
Sure, you don't want to go out to play, you know.
I'm assuming.
I'll meet him. I'll go out the side I know and meet him.
Do you want to go out the side you don't know for traps, or the side you do know? Because there's a small child that's going to likely go through and has something that basically Aaron could walk through the bombs right now.
Actually, she has a risk of death from the mines.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
that's enough damage.
the core itself has 60 endure and 1 wound. If you did 60 straight damage to it with an explosion, it would die.
Ah. Okay. Well, the you guys both get out there, and there is a cockatiel vector, a vulpine vector, and it looks like some sort of canine vector, and his leg is gone at about mid-thigh down on one side, and there's burns and stuff all over him, and they are desperately trying to stop the bleeding, but he's fading fast.
No. Oh, maybe I can stop it. Maybe I can stop it bleeding or something.
Heal! Touch! Hand goes right into the blood.
Oh, ew, oh.
Oh, tickles! Oh, tickles! And there's so much euphoria right now. And it's, ooh, tickles! It seems to be what it likes to say whenever it's healing, which is really unnerving, really. So basically, you're making it happy. It likes to be happy. It takes there's a solid moment there where everyone's actually freaked out. What the fuck is that? Because this pseudopod just latches out into his leg, right? And what the hell is this kid? They're yelling at Amelia, and the bleeding seems to stop, and the breathing is ragged, but you start kind of fixing and stabilizing the person. Aaron, you're really lightheaded. Like really, really lightheaded. And Aaron's gonna pass out.
Oh.
As Aaron's reaching and they're yelling, Amelia just pulls out her pistol and fires it in the air and just glares at them.
The fuck are you doing?
Just shut up.
Zuri's peeking out of the door, her rifle ready. What's going on? Who's attacking?
No, we're attacking them.
Oh, excellent. Where
Aaron is down.
I see combat.
So if you look down, you see Amelia with a gun out, pointed up, and Amelia and Aaron down on the ground next to the prone body of the other guy.
I'll pick the. I'm gonna kind of holster my weapon and be picking Aaron up. Just don't fucking panic.
Oh, I guess we're not attacking them.
Oh man.
Oh no, the bloodthirstiness is there. Aaron, you were starting to have the sweetest dreams of you and your little gloop friend in a Technicolor rainbow world of you know those really cute anime-esque MMOs we used to play with the cute little slimes.
Oh, yeah.
It's that vision of the world where everything's really super cute and everything has eyeballs and it's just a happy it'd be really creepy if you were an adult but you're a kid so it doesn't seem that weird. Everything's bright and clean and
everything
nice.
has eyeballs. Jesus Christ.
No, like the trees and stuff are like, yeah, you know, and you don't even know what trees are, so maybe they do have eyes. You don't know. There's smiley faces everywhere, and then there's just like piles of cupcakes and happy times, and you just prance along a happy little flower field, which you have no idea what that is. And it seems like the happiest dream you've ever had in your whole fucking life. Like it is like the treasure trove of dream right now. And Aaron seems completely pale and a little sunken looking, like a lot has been drained out of them very suddenly. The guy's leg is healed up, but it would take a lot more to regenerate it, I'm assuming, than what she's capable of doing right now.
So his leg is still off.
His leg is still off. They didn't have the other half readily available, I'm assuming, to immediately put back on. You need to put that.
I know it can treat injuries instead of going to hospital, but I don't know if that's just get rid of the effect or whether that's regeneration.
Mm-hmm. I would think it would have to inflict a lot on you to get that leg back, but he's definitely stabilized and his eyes are starting to open. What the hell happened? We were coming up on the fracking A.
And it was like, shut up.
I just
He was
woke
like,
up. The
and it
fuck,
was like,
Amelia?
yes.
Shit, where's
Shut
my
up,
leg?
And it's like, just kind of lightly bop him on the beak. And it's like, hey, shut up.
This is the canine. He was the one that got hurt.
Oh, my bad. Bump.
Yeah.
I'll bap him on the snout.
Okay.
He's like, hey, shut up. And it's like, here, help me get him on my back.
You're already holding Aaron.
I know, Aaron up front and him on
The
my
other
back.
two are gonna look at you and kind of squint their eyes, and the cockatiel is going to shoulder one side, and the fox will shoulder the other side of the canine, and they'll kind of grumble, "We got him."
Just like, okay, well, I mean,
You've already
be
got
careful,
your hands
they're-
full.
Okay, there's more than one mine. So you guys got to be real careful.
Right.
Okay.
Huh?
All right, follow me.
And they'll trail very carefully behind you. And there's some times where it's really awkward. They're not sure how to proceed because 3 of them moving at once is a little difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, it was probably not likely that you could have hauled the bulk of this guy in medium armor while carrying her. It was like, they're kind of giving you this look of, I know he's missing a leg, but he's not that much lighter.
90% of the weight is in the leg.
In the one leg.
In one leg.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, the old heavy leg, as it's known as.
Mm.
It's just science, Sammy.
Uh-huh. It's just how science works, right? So, the group of you finally get inside, and about then, Aaron will start fluttering back awake.
Oh! Yeah, the House of the Age of Home can regenerate the limbs of comrades.
Yeah. It was a lot of damage, so I'm just kind of airing it on that side,
I'm
and you
still
probably
totally not perfectly bonded.
Uh-huh. You're not really perfect yet with it, but it's like, oh, wake time, heal more.
Oh, no.
Fix
Up,
leg,
kinda.
make leg better. Fix.
Oh. This is
So,
real.
I guess that kind of depends on like how you treated it, because if the stump has been healed, they're not injured anymore. So you could cut the leg off again and then regenerate it. But like if it was a quick and dirty job that just stumped it over, there's no injury any further. So
It wants you to cut it up.
make whole.
Make whole.
No.
Make whole. We fix make whole.
What? Why? What?
Make whole leg. Make new wound. Make whole
Oh.
leg.
Aaron raises his hand.
And Aegiform's up there with you.
No, the other hand.
No, Aegiform's
Well,
raising other pseudopod.
Well, that's going on. Amelia's gonna like have them just like, okay, guys, sit down, and just like taking off her helmet. It's like, all right, Stottle didn't tell you about the mines because I forgot to mention them.
You fucking asshole. You were gonna blame it
Right.
on fucking Stottle? Jesus
She
Christ,
came
man.
clean. It's only been a few minutes. Making calls up from the back.
Amelia.
Like, the important thing was that I get you inside and not out on the street screaming like fucking idiots and blowing things up.
No, I'd be careful about the fucking idiot thing. We did forget to tell them about the landmines.
Yeah, well, that's why my helmet's off. If anybody, I mean, you guys owe me. If anybody, wants to have something to take out.
The next scene, they chuck Amelia out on a mine.
Gonna throw you in a minefield head first. There you go.
Just like making her walk the plank off the side of the building. This isn't what I meant.
Okay. We're not going to make you step on a mine, but we are saying you have to run from one end of this to the other.
No, they seem to be kind of glowering at you a bit. Oh, we're supposed to help you secure before more people can move in.
Well, that would have been easier if they sent us people with full legs.
Aaron strains his hand a bit higher up. Amelia,
Yeah.
I think I could maybe give him his leg back.
What the fuck's wrong with your kid?
The fuck's wrong
I
with
was
your
like-
leg?
I'm just like looking at Miko, just like, is that a thing that these can do?
Oh, yeah. No, it does that.
If you think you can do it, then do it.
But we kind of have to, like, cut it first because it healed.
I'm like slipping my knife, like the knife sheath and all off, and just like pulling the sheath, like here. put this in your
Whoa, buddy, I'm okay. I'm okay. What the fuck?
No, we haven't really looked around here for prosthetics. There might be one sitting around.
You don't. Okay, if you don't want your leg, that's fine.
I mean, I just don't want Amelia in charge of the knife cutting.
It's like, look, I am the one person you want doing that.
No, I saw
Look,
you that
yes, you're not
hack
able to
job
knife.
you did on Benny.
I can do it.
That wasn't even straight. That was like perpendicular. I don't even know what that word means.
Like, hey, if anybody here knows how to open a body without damaging vital stuff, it's me.
Fucking spiral.
Miko ponders through background. Surgical. Created bodies. Okay. No, I think she's right.
They're like, you guys hold him down.
Don't think it would actually matter if that thing can just heal everything instantly.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really take away the whole amputation part ahead of time.
I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
You should probably make that decision before we cut more of his leg off.
Fix the leg. New leg. Baby leg.
No, this is a bad idea. Okay.
Oh, fix. Make new. Feel good. Aaron like feel good.
Yeah,
Aaron like feel good.
I mean, you're okay with it, right? Guy, you want your leg?
He looks really kind of nervous because he's like, my leg, but he's kind of looking over it. Really, with not that. You know that feeling of not trusting Amelia.
Oh,
you can
God,
see it.
yeah,
you
I
can
completely
see
understand
that
this guy.
scared look on his face, like he's not sure how this is gonna go.
And it's like, hey, look at me.
They are looking at you.
It's gonna be alright.
That's his leg.
She's still just like gesturing with her knife.
Look at me, and not an old stabbo here.
Suddenly,
It's like, look, if there's anybody,
suddenly
if there's
the
anybody you can trust with this, it's me and Little Bleeder here.
Suddenly, the cockatiel and the fox will grab the guy and start forcing him down, and they jam a bit of debris in his mouth from one of the walls that came down, which might have some ash from somebody who died recently, but they jam it in his mouth so he can't scream. They're
I'm
like,
gonna-
do it
Really
quick!
fucked up really quick.
Open his leg back up.
Alright, there's...
The pig was like, no. I mean, you're
And-
gonna have to actually
and-
cut the whole thing, like an amputation there, because
Yeah,
that's the injury that has to fix.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
and now that urge just suddenly, heal, must heal.
Oh,
Oh, no,
God.
he needs us, heal.
Yeah,
I
oh,
gotta
God.
do it.
You gotta you're gonna want to wait till it's done, because I mean,
Oh,
you know, otherwise you'll just end up right back where we started.
Tell me when I can look.
Oh, that's a lot of blood. Oh.
Tell me when I can look.
I want to go in there now.
That was probably good.
Oh, let's go.
Okay, Aaron is gonna like try and blindly grope at this guy's leg because
Yeah.
Aaron doesn't want to watch this.
All right. This is kind of an experience for Aaron because it really sloops a bit more out of your hand as it like starts suddenly rebuilding the leg all the way down, and it's such an intense euphoria, a sense of like just. This is a high. This is a super drug right now, right? This is amazing feeling. But you feel so weak and so tired at the same time, and you feel like you're barely clinging to consciousness, and as soon as you're done, you're out again. And it's just blackness takes you. And you swear for a moment the Age of Form's just like licking the end of the guy's foot as it finishes off. Like, every hair is perfect.
I think I know how I'm gonna tweak this.
Well, it needed to get played with.
No, they all need to get played with.
Yeah.
But I think I know how I'm gonna tweak this. That'll make it fun and still useful and stuff.
Yeah, but she kind of passes out because I view this is her first really experience using it, and she's a smaller character and.
Well, that's basically what's going to happen. What I'm going to do instead, I think, is make it so that once you have it, you no longer have the ability to regenerate hit points. But once you die, it revives you. So essentially, you've got the same situation. But if you were to end up into a situation where healing somebody would bring you to the point of unconsciousness, you can't complete the heal. So, like, if she doesn't have enough hit points remaining in this lifespan to repair the leg, then they don't get the leg.
So you're basically walking around with a pool that you use on people. And
I actually really like that because it's a good
Yeah,
way to kind of manage
that's a good
it.
idea.
That's a really good one. But yeah, so Aaron's
Oh God, that's horrible. Well, I can't hear.
We find out now that's not working. Well, so you remember Ajin, right?
Yeah, it's basically Arjun. You have created the fucking Arjun things.
All right, so basically, the leg is renewed, but Aaron is like passed out and drool everywhere, and the little bead has formed in the palm of their hand again, because this is the kindest way I can do this Age of Form with Allie right now.
Zuri is gonna put the display blanket over Aaron, lacking anything else.
It's still in demo mode, so every once in a while it's like the seascapes on Venus and the stars, and you can tell that the people from down here, the three people, even though they're kind of sitting there marveling at the fact their friend's leg just got healed by some little vagrant child who they've always known as kind of like the untouchable, right? They've always known don't mess with this, don't do anything with this kid. Suddenly this kid has superpowers of
Maybe
healing.
she's had them all along. Maybe they've been lied to their entire lives.
And they're kind of staring at
lies that
Aaron
could've
with
been
this kind of like horror, and then you added a whole nother layer of there's a magic blanket on her that is changing, and they just don't really seem like they can grok right now. Amelia, you're like the only person in control of your senses amongst that group.
I was like wiping the blood off of her blade and putting it away. And then I'm just gonna
You just think like
It's
how many
like,
people that could be saved and could be better if you just could throw Aaron at them now. You just need
I
to
was
stab
like,
a lot of people.
Doddle.
Hey! 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 They should have been there by now. They get there?
Yeah, hey, there's a minefield outside the building.
Why the fuck did you say that earlier? Jesus Christ, are they okay?
They're fine.
Yeah. Caught him just in time.
Fuck! Okay, I'm gonna try and get a hold of the other group.
Yeah, here are the coordinates. And I'll tell them where all the mines.
You can't just tell them that there are mines and wait to be guided through. Anyway, you guys could make a clear path.
Well,
One mine's
okay.
gone.
There are some parts of the minefield that are less present than others at this point.
We do have a couple more bodies.
that is true.
No,
It's like,
I don't think
I got an idea.
Don't make Roy do it. You know he fumbles on all that shit.
Which one's Roy?
The one that got blowed off.
It's like, nah, I'm not gonna make Roy do it. I think he's had enough of it for one day.
Alright, we're talking about that later. Okay, why don't you go ahead and get that stuff finished off secure, and we're moving everybody out. You said Brent moved, right?
Yeah, we got here just as they left. Gave him a good bit of time to get out of range. They haven't been back, so I guess they didn't hear the mines going off.
There's a lot of explosions going on. I got word from one of the nearby encampments. You know the old Tool folks? Hold up in that big skyrise?
Yeah,
Wiped out.
that sounds about right.
IRPF apparently cleared and killed everyone in the sector.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
We got word they've seen the vehicles moving new sweep. We don't know where they're heading next. Keep an eye out. You see any of their vehicles look like they're homing on your location, you just cut and run. Got it?
Yeah.
Also, I need to talk to you about something. I'll try and...
It's time for your employee review.
Next group gets there, I want you heading back. Bring
Just
Aaron.
me?
Bring Aaron. Bring the other two if you want, but bring me Aaron. You got reasons.
Oh no.
I like how the other reasons don't involve the other two. Leave them in a ditch if you find one, but bring me the child.
Bring me the child. Yeah, then the line goes
Alive
blank.
and unspoiled.
You guys can do whatever you want with the materials there before the next group arrives, but the current three are kind of going to huddle away from you guys and aren't going to question you on anything because they're pretty sure that Aaron's a witch. And
Yeah.
they're really not sure what to make of the rest of you guys, but they won't question anything, especially since Aaron is more, Aaron's kind of got crazy witch powers, and Amelia is not, like, gonna refuse to cut a bitch. And Amelia also has, like, you know, a reputation of being a little more brutal than everybody else. These are actually some of the more competent people you've worked with, Amelia, that have been sent out.
Yeah.
Usually
I actually want
Roy
to go over there.
and them were...
Oh, I was hoping you were talking about us.
I want to go back over there. Just like, look, guys, I fucked up. Seriously, if any of you are raw, you get anybody gets a free shot.
They're just kind of grumbling. What the fuck's going on here? So these
Like,
topsiders
they've
doing
got-
to you.
They've got fucking the spirals have this topside tech. It's some kind of shit I can't even imagine. It got in the kid, and now she just touches people and fixes them.
It
glad
feels
you
really
finished the
fucking
sentence.
good, but Jesus fucking Christ, man, that's just weird shit. And then one of the other one, the cockatiels, like
Is
they're
this-
little, you
do
know.
they just have this topside?
Yeah,
I'm just like,
The feather frill on the cockatiel is like completely flattened back. You know, like when cockatiels get angry.
Judas, she's had fucking pretty girl had.
Oh,
You cut out.
You cut out. I think they may have lost connection.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're
There
back.
you go.
Okay.
So what did you say about pretty girl?
And it's like she had fucking extra holes, and then all of a sudden she didn't. They're just gone.
Oh, you think I'm pretty?
It's important to note that all typesetters have priorities.
Yes. The cockatiel, like I said, their frill kind of goes back. Their eyes kind of dilate and narrow, and they look really up, kind of like they're getting kind of confrontational looking, and they're like, "I told Stottle we should have never took in. The fucking kid's a curse. Get rid of it the first chance we get." And one of the other ones will kind of nod a bit. It sounds like sense to them. I mean, bad shit's starting to happen. Kid just came on the scene, you know. There's a lot of superstition down here. And the other one's gonna go, "What the fuck's up with the weird jitter dog? Are they like a druggie?"
They say talking to Amelia,
They're saying kind of
whose name is actually a drug.
well, they're kind of assigning to Amelia, looking over at Miko, who's like literally like, "Why should I worry?" Like the hips bouncing around.
She's trying to pick up police transmissions right now, but her scanner is just not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think this involves you like running, like turning in circles like a dog trying to lay down, but your head's up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like ears twitching as she's trying to go through
Yeah,
different things.
it's one of those things of like people who don't have any idea what you're up to. It looks really weird, and it's just like they're just like, "What the fuck's going on with that one?"
Well, going down the frill on the back of the tail is basically a waveform of the audio that's coming through. So it's like,
I'm whichever one said it, I'm like turning and grabbing by the collar and just like hoisting up nose to nose. I'm just like, what the fuck did you just say?
do I have to throw you back in the minefield?
I said, "What the fuck's wrong with your dog friend? They look like they're high."
It's like, I don't know, maybe it is.
Why are you so fucking defensive?
It's like, you just fucking Roy just got a leg put back on with tech that came down from topside, and you're fucking mad at someone from the gutter. You want to throw them out?
Dude, you know how fucked up that was?
Yeah, I do. You know what? And how many people have we watched die of infections from shit like that? And they've just got this up there. You stop to think about that?
Hey,
This shit's just up there. And you're mad at her?
dude, I'm mad at everything. So are you. We're like angsty teenagers. It's like our thing.
We're all
kinda like-
afraid. It's the human condition.
But Jesus fucking Christ, man. You saw that building. The fucking IRPF are loose and crazy. Who knows what the fuck's gonna happen?
I do think we should kind of look into that, she says, because I'm not getting any kind of chatter out of it, so they've probably switched to encryption.
Yeah, it is actually pretty dead. So they probably are on an encrypted network right now.
And if I'm not hearing much from anybody else either, then they're probably jamming too, which, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, there is actually not a lot of chatter going on right now. Everyone's kind of gone quiet.
This is the sort of thing you do before you go rushing in on a place surrounded by a minefield. You may recall a similar tactic employed about 20 minutes ago.
Yep. I'm just kind of like shoving whomever it is I have, just like shoving them against the wall.
They're
It's like, leave
they're
the
actually
fucking
gonna
kid.
physically shove you back because they are just as tough as you are. And they're
I'm
like,
not.
Don't fucking touch me, man. You don't
It's
fucking
like-
get to say, "Oh, we get a free shot at you because you didn't fucking tell us about some minefield," and then you get to push me around because what? You're big gal on campus. I don't give a shit right now. Look, There's a lot of crap going on outside. I don't need you telling me what I get to think. I'm
What's
not in
this
this
one that
game
I'm
for you to
arguing with?
police my thoughts.
What's the one I'm arguing with?
The fox. I must assume that's probably the one you grabbed.
Okay. I'm just like stepping back up to him, just like, we're in this gang to take care of each other, aren't we?
Yeah, a lot of good taking care of you're doing for me right now. Not telling us about goddamn minefield. Shoving us around, getting in my face. I came here to support you. We all came here to support you.
Yeah, I fucked up. Well, I fixed it, alright?
Yeah, you fixed it by making him scream and holler by cutting his leg again.
Yeah, well, he's got it back now.
Yeah, because of her, or him, or
Yeah.
whatever
so
the hell,
he's
and whatever the hell you guys have got going on here. How do we know that they're not in on all this?
We're in on what?
This weird, crazy, like, techno magic crap. They're poisoning you.
Like, Amelia's eyes just like get real wide and wild. It's like, how do you know I'm not in on it?
Actually, we were kind of asking that question before.
It's like, is that a road you want to go down?
He looks you dead in the eye and he goes, "We all know what you are."
Like, you don't know the half of what I am, kid.
He's gonna spit off to the side like derisively. He goes, "I'm gonna watch the fucking roof, get some clear air, you know, with the smoke, those people dying outside." And he's gonna go up to the roof. And after a couple minutes, the other two will kind of walk off and join him. The one kind of going, "Oh shit, my new leg." It'd be nice if I had a pat leg there, but I don't anymore.
It's like the only part of him that's clean.
Yeah, it is actually immaculate. But yeah, your former gang mates will find themselves up on the roof.
Like, as soon as they're through the door, Amelia just turns and just starts like screaming and punching the wall.
This is healthy behavior. There's probably some awkward silences in the group. Over the next hour or so, Erin's going to be passed out, but then she'll wake back up. He'll wake back up.
So we will occasionally look towards the crate that has the other AG forms in it.
Mm-hmm.
But, and you know, it kind of looks at it in a pondering way. But eventually always just shakes her head, going, "Oh, nah, better not."
Better not. Better not. I mean, there's a lot of thought that goes into, do you even let those things live? You know where some grenades are.
Do a perceive at difficulty 1 when you're looking over there. Like a body perceive.
Okay. Wait, where are my stats?
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
Why are you so bad at these, Tyler?
Why are the rolls so bad?
She may not have noticed that one of them was missing.
She may not have noticed how many there ever was.
Yes.
Same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was. Alright, so there's some awkward time, but about after an hour, Erin, you're gonna wake back up. You don't feel groggy or anything like that. You're just fresh and happy. You're hungry, but it's not painful hungry. It's just, I could do with an eat.
Oh. Aaron's gonna do his eyes goggly, look down at his hand, wince a bit. Yep, that did happen. Okay.
Oh, hey, Aaron, are you alright?
Hey, Suri. Yeah, I'm okay. What's going on? How long?
I am not fully sure, but I think Amelia's friends just got really mad at her. There was a lot of screaming,
Oh,
and then they stormed off.
oh God.
What the hell's going on, Zvi?
I'm sorry, I thought I muted that.
No.
Okay.
What is Miko doing?
I am
Um,
I
I'm
think she's
re-
playing with the crates.
He's
renovating
like pushing a chair across the room.
Oh, sorry. That was muted.
I am getting police signal.
They
Bruh.
communicate in the language of my people.
Okay.
How long was I out?
Then how long was it? An hour?
Yeah, about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, I think you did great. You gave that poor guy his leg back. So
Oh, did it work? I didn't look.
yeah, it worked.
Cool.
He was walking just a couple of minutes later.
That's wow. That's really something.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron's so good. Aaron and me fix everyone.
Aaron just nods, seemingly to nothing.
Fun.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, a bit. I'm a little bit hungry,
Food.
but I'm okay.
Food.
Oh.
Fuel.
I wonder if there's something to eat here.
There is some MREs actually, which is pretty high eating down here.
I will get one for Aaron.
Alright.
Here you go. It's nutritious and full of yummy for those people who like to eat.
It has a flavor.
Oh, thank you.
It's not paste.
Erin will eat it in the way that a child who had to, save food would, which is a little bit and packing the rest away.
Mhm. The little like pseudopods make grabby gestures at the food as you're trying to eat.
No, what? No, you what? Make a fidget. Fidget?
She was not actually there.
Oh no. Where's he gone?
She has gone up to the roof.
Sorry.
I don't know. She was here a couple of minutes ago.
Alright, you get up on the roof and there's 3 guys up there. Miko.
She's going to walk along the
Oh
the
no.
of the people and be like, "What you looking at?"
Oh no. Don't do it.
We're watching for frickin' Brent's vehicle. The fuck you want, Topsider?
I mean, is that like a term down here? Do I call you bottom siders or? It doesn't sound very flattering. I wasn't gonna do that.
What do you want?
Just checking in. Looked like you got a little blown up there. How you doing?
Better.
That's cool. That's cool. So, is the building still on fire?
They point at the fire in the distance, which is actually kind of growing.
Oh, yeah. No, that looks aggressive. Sorry, did you know him?
Oh my god.
No, there's more on.
Oh no, the RPF is coming! Fuck! One of the guys, the cockatiel, his feathers are kind of tucked in tight of somebody who's irritated and whatever, and he looks down and away, and he basically, I'm gonna have to turn this off really quick and turn that off because I have somebody trying to call me, and I have apparently My Little Pony ring. That's great. Okay, so the his face kind of looks a little dark, and he goes, I was from that grotto.
Oh, I mean, was there anybody left there?
About 200 people.
Mm. Well, that's sad times. Pat. She gives him a pat on the leg, sits down, kind of moving back and forth. So, like, you work here long? Crunch.
The fuck are you eating?
You want some? We found food. I got
sure.
MREs and some fried stuff.
Sure, whatever.
I guess it's baked. I was never much of a chef. She like passes the MREs and like a plate full of crispy something or other.
Well, they'll take the crispy something or other and the MREs, and they'll start trying to chewing. We've been down here our whole lives.
Oh, well, you're doing good. I mean, no missing limbs yet. Huh? Too soon?
Too soon.
Oh, all right.
You're all right.
Well, thanks. I mean, I like hearing that. I don't hear a lot of that, really. I got a lot of different names now, though. I'm not really sure
What's
which
your
one I'm
name?
keeping just yet. What's in a name, right? So, like,
what are you
what are you
to be
gonna do
called?
with this place? Hero.
Okay, hero.
Actually, that doesn't have quite the ring to it I'd hoped for. I'll figure it out as I go. So, like, what did you want the building for?
No, we don't want the building. Stoddle wants the building. He wants to get the goddamn printer going. It's fucking pipe dream. He even thinks if he gets a printer going down here, he can make things down here, and people won't have to steal and borrow and crap.
Well, I mean, how long would you really be able to use it if those guys are coming back?
He's got this grand plan, getting all the gangs to fortify it and give everybody a stake in it.
You'd need some pretty heavy material to do that.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's Stoddle's pipe dream. At the very least, he thinks he can cut and run with as much as he can for everybody. These warehouses usually have a lot of medicine and materials, things that everybody can use.
Yeah, they had a lot of stuff. I mean, we found expensive stuff, stolen stuff, and chemical stuff, and it really kind of like lit up my stuff meter. And I am a purveyor of good stuff, so it was pretty good stuff.
Yeah. So.
What do you want to do though? Do you want to defend the place, or you just kind of like you here because the pay's good?
Oh man, no, I'm here because I believe in us trying to stick together. But
Well, what would make that easier though?
I don't know.
Like, would the printer help that?
Yeah.
You just need like a better weapon.
Printer would help. Weapons would help. Fucking every spiral dying and the IRPF dissolving would help.
Oh,
You know.
that's a tall order.
Yeah, it's not an easy fix, you know.
Mhm.
Back when I was younger, I lived in that. And he points over at the burning, but it's not much of a building anymore. Most of it, the top half fell off, and all that. And he goes, "Yeah, I grew up there. We had the tools that never break, and everything was eternal, and you never changed, and you always did everything exactly the same fucking way for your entire life." And I thought, fuck, I don't want this. I don't want to be like this my whole life. I want to see more. I wanted to see what life was like outside, and you know what life's like outside? Shit.
Great. Oh.
But you know what? I'm not burned, and I'm not dead. I guess that's all I got.
That's good.
What about you? Where are you going?
Back downstairs, but it was a good talk.
Right. Bye.
she'll wave off to the side there, and when she gets to the door and heads back to the corner, she will unscrew the lid on one of the cans that she had. The one on the left is angry and doesn't want to get burned.
Oh.
And she'll walk away and leave the firebrand one there.
Okay. So Miko comes, sauntering back downstairs. About the time you guys were asking where Miko was. And moments later, they're screaming from upstairs. Oh God, it's on me!
What? Aaron's gonna hop up and run past Miko. Downstairs. God damn it,
Zuri
Speedy.
following hot
I
on
know it.
everything.
I know it.
One of the three people is clutching the back of their neck, and there is a pulsing creature similar to what the angrier one, as you guys remember, is pulsing at the back of his neck, and it seems to have fused into the back of his neck in a very not so gentle way. It's kind of forcing its way in.
Sorry, I was muted and but I was running up there.
Alright, you're running up there. Yeah, you get up there and you see him clutching the back of his neck, and there's that one of those things like what Aaron has, but one of the different ones has latched on the back of his neck. It's vibrant red with blue little flecks on it, and it seems kind of angry looking as it latches onto him, and he yelps a bit, and he's like, "Oh fucking hey, Jesus fucking Christ! What the hell is this? God, why won't it come off?"
Oh, great.
How did you get that?
I don't know. It's fucking talking to your freaking little friend, and then something bit me in the back of the head. What the fuck is it?
Zuri is going back down the stairs.
Downstairs there's that. Why should I worry?
Because Aaron wanted to go back down the stairs, but now it looks awkward if two of us go.
Sorry.
It's like, Miko!
What?
I go grab it and try to pull it.
It's on there good. It actually causes him deep physical pain when you try to do that. And
I
it
will let
actually
go
burns your
immediately.
hand. It is like trying to grab lava. It does not feel good. It flares up, and he actually looks like he gets visibly pissed at you for grabbing it like that, and takes a swing at your head.
What does?
The guy. The fox.
I'll try to just kind of.
He's now a fire
Dog.
fox, I just realized that.
It's true. Yep.
He literally can flame on at any moment.
I'm just gonna take it.
To the face.
To the face?
Yeah.
Okay, you get clocked in the head, and it hurts, and there's burning.
I'm just gonna fucking straighten myself back up.
He says,
Alright,
"Get the fuck away!" And then a gout of just like
can.
as he punches you in the face, knocking you away, and he seems like he's heightened and angry, and he shrieks, "Get the fuck away from me!" And as he does, a gout of like flamethrower just shoots out the back of his head.
The back of his head.
Back of his head?
Yeah, where the thing is. It just does it straight back out because he doesn't know how to use it yet, right? So it just shoots from his back fire over the edge of the building.
Oh, so he's the Cyndaquil is what's happening.
Yeah, he's a Cyndaquil right now.
Wow.
He's not good enough to be a Ninetales yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is his fire. Well, it doesn't really say where the fire comes out of, so I just kind of assumed it came from the direction that the Agiform's on. So.
It's like dragon's breath. Comes out of the mouth.
Oh, well, in this particular case, it's not quite fully, integrated yet. It's for the sake of effects. It's coming straight out the back. Just suddenly this, whoosh, and then as he like turns to like stare at you, his eyes are red with anger, and you can almost see like there's fire building at the back of his throat. The fuck did you do to me?
Aaron's going back downstairs.
Whee!
It's like,
The other two are like, fuck! It's real! There's a fucking hex!
From downstairs, you can hear Zuri call. Fidget, where are you?
She's looking out of the front again toward the burning building, just trying to get him out of view. She gotta keep an eye out in case that guy comes back in his car. They're all busy upstairs.
One of those symbiote things got out. It's on one of the guys upstairs.
Oh no, which one?
How should I know?
Well,
You were
what is it doing?
upstairs.
But I have no idea. You're the expert here. You come and help.
Fidget!
Oh, no.
Fidget! One of the symbiote things got one of the guys upstairs!
Oh no, which one?
The fox!
Oh, that's not what I meant. But go on.
Oh! It was fiery.
Oh, that one. Well, that's good. They should be pretty compatible with each other.
What?
What do you mean?
Well, it seeks out compatible personality types, and that one likes to feed off of aggression and the potential to take action, which, seem to be fairly present in that person.
What are we gonna do?
Well, I guess use your new asset.
I want to roll an insight. Wait, hang on. This isn't D&D.
Indeed, this is terrible.
Well, you can do a community perceived to see how concerned, but she's not acting concerned or even acting like they should be concerned. This is more like, well, you've got a new tool.
But at the same time, though, this is also Miko, and would Miko ever act concerned?
She was concerned about the other one.
Yeah, she
The other one-
she was genuinely concerned about the other one. She seems, and she seemed like really worried about, mostly any of you guys getting one of those. But seemed very nonchalant about these, kind of shouty people getting one.
Let's see.
What if that guy didn't want to be an asset?
Oh, it can be removed. He's just got to take it up topside.
You may have noticed that's not so easy to do.
Well, they managed to do it. She points
Okay.
to all the crates.
I wish to roll to see if Miko's surprise, which was very badly feigned by Svi, but I imagine was
Okay, go ahead. Roll a community perceive.
No, that's exactly how she did it.
All right, community
Okay.
perceive. We'll say difficulty 0.
okay.
Because I think V's portraying it as a very flat, unhidden
Thankfully,
thing.
I'm very bad at this. I'm very bad at this.
Mhm.
Do I want to let that sit? I'm gonna re-roll a 10. Let's see. I'm very bad at this.
It slips by.
It does.
But just.
She'll head up the stairs to go have a look at it.
Yeah.
Amelia just reaches up and touches her cheek where she got hit.
Fuck this, man. Fuck this. You weird people doing fucking science experiments on us or some shit. What the fuck, man?
What were you planning on doing with those?
They look over and go, do with fucking what?
Well, I mean, you got crates full of material down here. I told you they were stolen. Where were they going to go?
I don't know. Fucking smarter people than me figure this shit out. We're just supposed to secure it. We don't go putting weird syringes into people.
Hey, can you guys-
It's not a weird syringe, and it doesn't really want smarter people.
I know, it wants me to tear you limb from limb right now. There's
Maybe
a
you should
voice
take
in
off-
my head, Amelia. There's an angry voice in my head, and it's telling me to just keep punching. And he's leveled a hand over, pointing at Miko like, that one. I bet you that one's involved.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fitting in and out from time to time. I think your
Yeah.
signal might be wacky.
Yeah, I'm in a place right now that's not great for that.
Yeah.
That, like, yeah, Amelia is just like was touching her cheek and is just kind of like feeling where, you know, whatever is on her fingertips from the burn,
Mm-hmm.
and she just looks up, she's like, "That's your one."
Why the fuck are you like experiment? Did you guys do that to the kid?
No, the kid kind of
No.
did it to herself.
Fuck,
Like-
man, I'm out. I'm out. Fuck this.
Wait, hold on, man. Hold on. Please calm down.
Dude, you don't even know what my life is like right now. You can't even hear the screaming in the back of my head.
You're gonna want to give him a few minutes. It's kind of like the other one. I need to kind of get it out first.
Like, how the hell did you get that?
I was just sitting here after your little friend walked off and suddenly, this thing hits me.
Maybe we didn't find them all. They are squirmy.
Could have gotten out.
Shit, man, that thing's worth like 1,000 credits.
It can
I'm
still be
gonna-
removed.
I'm gonna check on the others, make sure they're still there.
Wait, his one could be removed?
Mm-hmm. Yours
see-
is the only one that's really stuck there. It couldn't be removed down here, I don't think, but, you know, I seem to recall somebody thinking that those upstairs assets weren't very useful, and now you've got one.
Also, as you guys kind of are, you know, walking back and forth from the stairwell, I will point out there is a jar with a lid that has been opened that was left. Or the container was left on the roof, and it looks
Oh.
very much like one of the ones that was downstairs.
It's Tina. Oh my god, can these things open this from the inside?
Wouldn't surprise me. They're crafty.
And when you get back downstairs, there is one of the containers is missing. Now that you're looking for it.
But the
Sorry.
other ones are still there, and
The other ones.
most important,
I
still
asked,
inside.
are the other ones still there?
Yeah, she only took the one.
Yep, there's only one missing. But yeah, there's definitely the gap where the two containers would have been the one that got broken and the one that is clearly upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, Zuru will return a moment later. Going, okay, the other one's still there, but there's, I think, 2 of them missing now. So that's pointing first at Aaron and then at the box.
Well, at least that accounts for all of them.
That we know of.
All right. Just like, you just gotta, man, come on. I never do this. But I'm asking, man. I'm asking you. You gotta. I know it's fucking nuts, but you gotta calm down.
He looks like he is visibly having to struggle, because whatever it is not a calming thing. Because he's angry, and it wants him to be angry. It's making it an experience. And he looks like he is actually having very strong self-control issues. And this guy, you've been around this guy. He has been a bit of a hothead, but you've never seen him like this. And there's like this weird rippling at the back of his neck, and it's definitely a physical effect that you did not see happen with Aaron.
It's like, look, man, nobody did this on purpose. At least I don't think they did. It's like glaring at Nico.
Well, what's everybody suspect me for?
What? I suspect you. What?
What? Oh, I never suspected you. Yeah,
Consider yourself
the guy's
lucky you
gonna
have somebody here
grab
who
up
kinda knows
his.
a little bit about it.
He's gonna grab up his gun and then he's just gonna shove past you guys marching down the steps.
Ow.
Miko is going to. We have the walkie that was talking to Stottle, right?
Yeah, Amelia has that.
I'm gonna gently try to stop him, just like, dude, come on.
He's like, don't fucking get in my way right now. And he's
Like, what do
got
I
like
gotta do,
smoke
man?
coming out the barrel at the end of his nostrils.
You should give him a target.
I was like, come on, man. Stottle needs you on this, alright?
Fuck this. Fuck the world.
He's like, what do I gotta do, man?
Get out of my fucking way.
It's like, what do I gotta do to get you to stay?
Have him burn the minefield up.
He is clearly agitated, and he's trying to get around you.
Zuri will reach out and put a hand on Amelia's shoulder.
As luck.
Maybe let him blow off some steam. Kind of sounds like he needs it.
It's like, you're gonna, okay, man, I'm gonna get out of your way.
Alright, you get out of his way, and he just slams open the nearest door, and he just roars in anger as he's staring at the fucking minefield because he can't go anywhere. And he just gouts of fire, go out, but nothing gets set off. He slams the door behind him, and you can hear him kind of go off into the garage.
Aaron
There's a
stands
sound
there
of
rubbing his
metal
arm
and occasionally
awkwardly.
gouts of fire and light coming from that building next door.
Hmm.
I was
We
gonna
should
turn
probably-
to sorry?
Miko's gonna to frown a little bit and said, I was okay with him setting off the mines because the explosions haven't really brought anybody so far, but if he sets off the fuel tank in there, it might be unfortunate.
Should
I'm
I
gonna go
put
tell him about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the other two and just like,
They are just looking at in shock and horror right now because something just took their friend as far as they're concerned. And they're like keep like looking around nervously and checking the back of their own necks,
I'm just
Oh,
like,
wait, we found the other ones. Just don't shake them.
I'm just like, he's gonna be okay.
Huh? Him? Yeah, no, he'll be fine.
As soon as he gets that thing under control. I mean,
Oh, no, that would be bad.
what?
Well, you kind of need to feed them. See, it's not about a dominance of wills, it's about cooperation. You really want them to go use it.
Zuri's glancing over at the gouts of flame. He's definitely using it.
Yeah, but the more target, the more progressive. See, that one's really about getting things done. And you've got somebody here who's angry and really wants to lash out at the enemy.
Unfortunately, right now he's having conflicted thoughts because the enemy might be the people in the building.
We always find the people with Agiforms get.
Right now is the
You just need to remind him why he's here and what good he can do now.
I don't know how to do that, man.
Well, do they have a patrol nearby?
The whole point for you guys hitting this place was the patrol was out and away. I mean,
Right.
you'll remember that's the entire reason you guys are here right now. Is this is an opening.
It's like, it might be days before they come back.
Hopefully,
Maybe
3
we
days.
should head off toward the RPF.
No, we should not.
Well, it's not like the fire could do more damage to the buildings over there.
But more bombs could do more damage to our people down here.
Angering the IPF isn't a good idea.
I do kind of wonder where they're going now.
After a while of you guys talking, there is a shout from the front of the building.
I'll look.
What
Stottle
now?
and his guys. Hey, where the fuck are the mines? Why is that on fire?
I'm gonna go on my way down to lead them through the mines. I'm gonna poke my head in the garage, be like, "Hey, man,
Fire.
I'm just like, I'm not here to fucking get on you or anything. Just like, I just want you to know there's a tank full of fuel right there."
He's
so,
gonna glance
like-
at it like hotly. Like, oh, you've called my attention to this thing. Thank you.
And I'm just like, please don't kill yourself in a fiery explosion, man.
Very hard for him to do now.
He don't know that. He'll find out.
And it's like, I mean, pretty soon we're gonna have just like, man, soon there's gonna be something to do, and we'll get some shit done, right?
And he just growls at you. He's not even like trying to talk. He's just, you know, he's clenching his teeth like he's trying to force himself to keep his mouth shut.
And I'm just like, yeah, you got this. You're tough. And I'm just gonna close the door.
Yeah, you got this. Don't breathe fire at me. Thank you. Bye.
And I'll go lead them
Well
through
done.
the minefield.
All right. Stottle will actually stop you before you lead him through the minefield. Actually, he will direct you to lead them through the minefield and tell you to come back to him after. He's gonna wait.
Okay.
So you'll lead the group of young hopefuls through. These guys are a bit younger than the older group that had been sent ahead. These are usually runners. They're not meant for combat. They're usually meant to, relay messages when they don't want to use the radios because they don't have access to secure channels.
Right.
So they send runners usually. So he's got 3 runners with him he brought. But he'll wait for you on the other side of the minefield to come back, and then he will take you into a nearby abandoned building. Hey, Amelia,
Yeah.
gotta talk to you about something.
What is it?
Shit's fucked up.
Okay.
Can you be any more specific?
Got a lot of heat coming down on me. You know the alliance we made with those gangs.
Mm-hmm.
They got demands.
What are those demands?
They know who we have.
Who's that?
The kid. IRPF just struck hard. They're claiming it's like back then. Remember the purgings?
Yeah.
You were a kid. You didn't know shit back then. But it's a lot like that. They want a deal. I need you to help me sell it to Aaron.
What do they want?
They want to give Aaron to the IRPF.
I don't give people to the IRF. I give bullets to the IRPF.
I know you do. But they won't hurt Aaron. You know that. I know that. Especially if,
Like, Amelia's just glaring at him just furiously.
I know. He looks like somebody who is beating himself up over about what he's saying. You can see in his eyes, he hates it. Fuck, I don't want this. I want to do it on our terms, but I can't fight everybody. If we don't do it, they're gonna take her and do it. I don't want to fight every street gang we got down here that thinks that they're gonna get ahead and that the frickin' IRPF will give them their goddamn blessing and get left alone. I don't want our kids getting shot up by the Mesmers and the frat house and all that other shit and groups down here that think that they know better. But I don't want to do it to Aaron. I want you to sell it to Aaron. Maybe they can change how people think about us. Because God knows they got more up there than we'll ever have. So, you do that for me. Or I gotta do it.
How am I supposed to do that, Stottle?
Fuck if I know. Just talk to the kid. Kids like you for
I don't-
some fucking reason.
Scary lady.
You're a goddamn icon back in the den, and you know that. Unfortunately, like, the strong, hard kid is, pretty cool to other kids, but it's
Yeah.
fucking terrifying to Aaron. I ain't treat Aaron on the level about it. I don't even know how we're gonna have to arrange this, but maybe we can get immunity for the other two. I don't know. But shit. What if they strike our sector next?
Do we have any idea why they're even doing this? Because I don't.
Fucking clue.
Do you want to fucking? Do you know what these goddamn spiral sons of bitches have in here?
God, is it more bodies?
No, they're like this. I don't even know what it is. Some kind of fucking crazy biotech, and it gets into people and. There's like a whole crate of Vitae.
Fuck. I heard Brent and Joxel got into that shit real hard. JD's been letting his boys do all sorts of bad shit.
Brent's not even a guy anymore. I don't know what the fuck he is now.
Yeah, I think we can all claim that at no point did we ever think Brent was a person. I mean, sorry, I know you. Yeah. Anyway, let's get inside. We'll get everything sized up. And he'll motion for you to lead him through the minefield.
It's like that shit in there is worth a fortune, man.
Well, fuck, maybe we can parlay.
Miko says they had to steal it from something called TTI.
Fuck. Boogeyman. You don't want that shit. We should burn the fucking building if it's full of TTI shit.
Have I got good news for you?
I don't even know what that means, but is that what's bringing this down on us?
They make fucking monsters. I don't know. Yeah, you know how people make like kids, like Aaron and your little blip friend, the Sparkle Dog.
Yeah.
They make literal monsters that just hunt and kill and gnash. And they make all sorts of horrible things that go with them, that make them do all sorts of crazy crap. Phase through walls and throw people through the air. Energy beams, all sorts of crap. I heard tell.
Stottle.
Hmm?
What's going to happen to the kid if we make this deal?
Fuck. be a fucking social media icon for a couple years and probably live a fat, clean life of Progenitus and IRPF touting them around to their heroic rescue.
Hold on for a second.
Yep. The IRPF is coming to get Amelia.
Oh yeah, gonna retire another character and get them a perfect victory again.
Don't be stupid like me in the last game. Just let Aaron get out.
Okay. Sorry about that. I work in a hospital.
Oh, it's okay.
I'll lead him back in.
Yep, he'll come back in and he'll kind of nod to everybody as he comes in. Hey, the fuck's been going on around here, guys?
Weird stuff.
Weird stuff. You okay?
Weird
You
stuff.
look a little pale.
Aaron gives a fake little thumbs up.
Pseudopod.
Aaron covers that with his other hand.
He wants to say hi to everybody so bad. And he kind of quirks a brow and he goes, okay, some fucked up shit in here. Got it.
He's like, oh, by the way, what's that? I never got that guy's name, the fox.
I didn't really give him one because Roy was the dog. So,
Okay, his name is Sparky.
Huh?
His name is Sparky.
Sparky?
Yeah.
We'll call him Sparky. That's great for a fire guy.
Yeah,
Name's
it's
Sparky.
a
It's
wild
ironic as
coincidence.
fuck. So yeah, Sparky is out burning things.
It's like, hey, by the way, Sparky's in the garage over there, and he got one of those things in him, and he's just kind of spitting fire. And he's
rubbed
real
his
mad.
temple. Oh fuck.
He's real mad,
That's not good.
and he was. I don't know how dangerous he is, but I'm not the person to calm him down, because I got him pretty riled earlier.
Yeah, fuck, I bet you did. Not scaring the shit out of him with a minefield. You're lucky no one stepped on anything.
Yeah, I am.
Alright, so,
Aaron's giving an immediate look of telling lies is bad.
he looks over at Zuri, and he goes, "You alright, Miss Sparkle?"
Actually, yes.
I was trying to get a doctor in so they can look at your head wound.
It's okay. Don't ask. It's really complicated to explain, but
It sounds
I
like
think
there's
it's
a lot
all
of
right.
that going on right now. Alright,
I think it's all right. Just don't need to worry about it anymore.
okay. Where's your other sparkly friend?
Oh, where did
Fidget?
Fidget get to again?
So everybody should check to see if there's another bottle miss. No, I'm kidding.
There is another
My
bottle
first alarm's
missing.
fault.
There is another bottle missing.
Well, I
I
didn't
was trying
check it.
to
So
figure out if Zuri made that connection.
if there is another bottle missing, Sam has done something now. So I didn't take it this time.
There's another bottle missing.
Oh, no.
I can't tell if this is Sam sarcastic joking or actually there is another bottle missing.
Sam?
There is another
Should we
bottle
roll?
missing.
There
Oh, no.
actually is. Okay.
Yes.
Hey. Well,
Okay,
I haven't currently gone to look, so.
Somebody's definitely taking these. These things are not walking out here on their own.
Alrighty.
Convinced. of it.
Well, I mean, they could be, depending on how they were taken.
Are we missing
Just
anybody?
to look around rather urgently. Okay, so really the people who should be looking are the people who already have them because they don't share. Also, you're probably okay, I think. She says, pointing to Zuri.
Okay.
Is there anybody from our party missing? Or the joined party, I should say.
Of your guys' party, no. Of the extra people, they have not been associating with you guys, so they haven't stayed in the room for very long.
Zuri will mutter under her breath. Oh, because one additional voice in my head is enough, I think.
What was that? Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. I guess I'll go look around.
I'll check on the roof.
The rest of us should probably stay where we can be seen. Probably like in the middle of a room where it's gonna have to come from one direction.
Yeah. And can I get a check from everybody for difficulty?
It's also worth noting that as she's saying, stay in the middle of the room where everybody can keep an eye on each other. She's pacing around in circles and walking to the
Yeah,
edges of the room.
it's a difficulty 3 perception or perceive for body.
Difficulty.
Louise.
It's the sneakiest.
It's the sneaky. It's stalking.
Oh no. Okay, come on.
On the bright side, Ellie, it can't hurt you.
Come on, Taz. Oh.
Huh? Oh, ooh,
Wow.
look at that.
Miko sees all.
Okay, Miko. You have a tendency to pace a lot and look around everywhere and stuff, and you kind of like are looking every which way, and oh, what's that above you? There's this little goopy thing starts to just kind of distend from the ceiling, like it's dropping down at you like an angry
Ripley
spider.
and Newt in the med bay.
It starts to drop down at you. It's got its little pseudopods reaching out like it's gonna get you.
Which one is it?
It's deep black with vibrant blue. You might recognize it as the Ruinous.
It's the tricksy one. Does anybody want this, by the way?
I
Started leading
I-
NPCs to it.
Speaking as the player, can Cox actually use
I
those?
actually think they can. Let me see. It's 84.
I don't know what it is or does.
Page 240.
Well, he's on a phone, I think, or something. But basically,
okay.
what it is Agiforms are these kind of weird parasite kind of things. They're like these little droopy things. And this particular one applies melt, charge, or poison to any melee attack you make. And also, you could basically put your hands against things and disintegrate walls. And you can basically control your hands as if you're a welding and de-resin enzyme type thing, where you just melt things around you chemically.
So it actually doesn't say, but it does say in the fluff that they were part of ongoing strides to integrate bioprobes with vectors.
Mhm.
So I think not a cog thing.
Okay, because well, would be interesting to try one. I'm serious when I think Zuri has quite enough voices in her head right now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would work. I will probably put a hard line in there saying that it doesn't, but the idea was that it was a biological exchange.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
It makes sense.
Anybody else? Or do I bait NPCs to their doom?
What are the side effects?
So the only thing mechanically that it does is that it leeches XP unless you cooperate with its personality. So basically, you have to earn favor for the session by communicating and behaving along the lines that it likes to behave with, which is why she was saying, like, don't try to fight it. It wants to burn things, give it a target. If you fight it, it will take XP from you.
So, I mean, what's its personality?
Depends on which one.
It's the Ruinous. So
Yeah,
it likes to
Ruinous one that
destroy
you're looking
things.
at. The Ruinous Age form costs 4 defense bonus. Often key to the host mood. Leave burn marks on furniture when you're trying to hide a lie. It basically just kind of. This one actually isn't particularly aggressive. The fire one's more aggressive. The Ruinous one is just more of like vivid. Like it makes things all a little stronger in all directions.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright.
They can all actually be removed except for the savior. You actually have to kill the host and pull the savior off while it's dead, in which case the host is also dead.
Mm-hmm. But if the savior's on somebody's dead body and there's enough dead body there, it will bring back the person.
It doesn't even need to have much. As long as the core is still around, it'll generate itself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is the other thing?
The other one's water-based and electric-based. So there's the River Surge one, which was the other one that we had. You said that we didn't have a slaver, right?
Yeah, we don't have a slaver. Their slavers are already in use. So.
River Surge 1 grants you seaworthy, so you can breathe underwater, and allows 2 times move score while submerged. It also grants you an electric attack that's applied to all of your attacks.
I kind of like the sound of the Ruinous one, honestly.
It's pretty neat. It gives
Are you gonna go? Hey, Amelia, come here for a second.
But where is Amelia?
Amelia's looking around the room. I think in the same room you're in, aren't you?
Amelia, I think, like, judging the perception roll there, Amelia is completely inside her own head.
Okay.
Because she just got asked to do something that's completely against everything that is Amelia.
Do I see the bottle that it crept out of anywhere?
With that roll, yeah, you do. It seems to be have been put off in a corner somewhere.
So Miko is going to look up kind of cautiously and see it up there. She's not even convinced that she can be vested, but she might be. Its
little pseudopods are reach, and then you move away, and it kind of slinks back up against the ceiling and starts.
She's going to walk over to where the bottle is, and in the process of like a just kind of a general motion, she will scoop the bottle in such a way that it would be a direct line of walking in order to approach her with. That would send them right under the leech.
Oh, okay.
So she'll scoop the bottle and look out of the corner and be like, Amelia, I think I found one. And she's looking at the empty bottle on the ground. And such that to approach her, you would walk under the thing.
But you don't see the thing with your perception.
Right.
You'll probably have to, like, talk loud. Talk louder to get her attention. Amelia looks like 1,000 miles away.
Yeah, Amelia, I found the bottle. I found the bottle!
Huh?
The bottle. She's like waving the. Look, the thing. It's here. I think I found the bottle it got out of.
I'll walk over there.
At least we can tell which kind it is.
And there's sudden pain at the back of your neck.
It's probably one of the ruinous ones. They're kind of black.
The thing just kind of drops down and suddenly vests in the back of Amelia's neck. Everyone else in the room kind of just see this little shape just drop from the ceiling onto Amelia.
Oh, it looks a lot like that one actually. That's probably the one.
Grab it.
It wants to be with you, so it's integrating.
It's also acidic, so grabbing it's gonna hurt a little bit.
It's a little owie for a minute, and then you don't feel the owie anymore. And you just kind of have this soft voice in the back of your head. New friend, hi. Oh, we should go on adventures.
Basically makes everything seem a little bit more visceral and vivid.
The air here is great. It tastes like crap.
It's like, okay, now I gotta deal with that.
Oh, it jumped on quick.
Oh, you're sad. Wow. I want to cry. I feel sad.
Yep, you're dripping. You're not gonna want to do that.
Oh, I'm frustrated and angry. Oh.
How delightful.
So I guess that's just turning all up.
Yeah, it's cranking all the emotions up.
It's not particularly aggressive, but everything's more vivid than it was.
Mm-hmm.
Just what Amelia needs.
Mm-hmm.
It celebrates a range of emotions.
Mm-hmm. It likes to be happy. It likes to be sad. It just likes liking.
It's got a little bit of Papa Nurgle going on, like the idea that it will spread its joyousness through plague, pestilence, and acid.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
what is it? Like a fucking Cenobite? It's just like, yes, we shall experience.
Yes.
You have such.
Yeah, it's. I mean, kinda.
Yeah. And everybody else
quite
is just,
so deliberate about it. But...
You can see that there's like this horrified gas coming from from Stottle's group as they see this happen to Amelia, and they're like, "Fuck, we should just burn the fucking building, Jesus Christ!" And they start
Nico's
backing up towards the door.
gonna cough a little bit as she's sort of looking around. Actually, we've only got the one left, and so far your entire group has taken care of them. If you just, somebody volunteers for the last one, you'll have made sure that nobody else could get them.
Fuck, why don't you take it if you're so keen?
Well, I don't know if I can. I don't want to hurt it or me.
You don't?
Well, I mean,
You
it's
don't wanna
expensive.
try?
So am I. Kinda do.
I mean, this isn't bad.
It feels good.
Oh, Aaron is going to pat the happy dog and go, you should try.
I guess I
Oh, it
Guess I
feels like a really good idea.
could. So you look over at the last one, but I don't know my own compatibilities. I mean, I mean, it could be bad.
Little pseudopods.
Maybe if it doesn't work, it'll
Little
just like ignore you.
Little pseudopods. Little grabby pseudopods.
She's already gotten over there at this point. It's like the trepidation hasn't been from far away. She's already walked over there.
Little pseudopods.
I'm not
Little
sure I
lightning.
should because Ed's shoving her head into the
Yeah,
container.
I'm not entirely certain if this is like a grand idea, particularly. What if I just it fell over.
Yeah, I
that's
read
not
your
it.
backstory. You're doing this shit. Soon.
But it didn't break though, which is good. I mean, it's good that they put them into sturdy
Little
containers.
pseudopods just unrolls the top of the lid.
I'll just put it back over here. So I don't really plan on staying down here forever necessarily. This is really an asset that it's out. This is the kind of thing that you could
It hugs your
probably. I
leg.
mean, I know this one's particularly it's like a,
Lightning.
but it's
Arc.
watery, so maybe that's not that useful over here. But I don't know why I'd need a.
Oh,
that'd be
it's
okay, I guess.
hi.
Oh, that happened.
Ah,
Hi.
hi.
Hello.
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 We have such places to travel to.
We have such sights to show you.
On the upside, this saves me from water breathing, so.
Yeah,
One thing to knock off the list.
it makes happy noises.
Well, wait a minute. It has a frill too. I'm
Yeah.
double frilled.
Yeah.
Can I just integrate it in the existing frill? That's gonna be tough to depict.
The river surge actually has a very strange behavior to it. When it latches onto Miko, it actually starts surging across their skin, in its own animated way. It's like tapped into the fact that Miko can't stand still, so it can't just seat itself. So it just starts rolling across Miko, and you can just see the little frill just going everywhere, and there's just this little tendril of electricity going across Miko as this thing just seems to move across it, and it's with its own life.
Aaron blinks sorry. Oh, you had to look at.
Yeah, this is a lot of shininess that goes on.
Oh, so much more.
So much movement, and so much light.
At that moment, Zuri comes down the stairs. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's not upstairs. Great ghost in the machine. What's going on here?
This was a mistake. Miko says, giggling.
Problems solved, sorry.
You guys put the one on there that's known for lack of inhibitions and exerting beyond limitations. Why would you give that to the person who already deployed these?
We're
on
gonna be
people
the
that
best of
are
friends.
fast
Oh, let's go do a thing. Oh my god. Do you think we can swim through the air? Let's swim through the air.
I'm pretty sure we could try that.
Let's do it.
Good.
Do you want to go real fast? I want to go real fast.
She's halfway up the stairs already. Wait. This is a bad idea.
No, it's great.
Do it toward the minefield. She'll turn a little bit to the left toward the one that already blew up, and then move up.
What if we land on one of the repulsor ones?
Miko, fly!
So, real quick question:
Yes.
should we maybe retcon that and swap me and Miko's?
No, I like it the way it is.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Not that it would be much better to give a heightening agent to Miko and an pulse reduce.
Well,
Yeah.
honestly, the heightening agent with Miko is probably going to feel overwhelmed by Miko.
It's kind of like when you put stat boosts on something that's already at the 10, it doesn't keep making more, you know? You just kind
Yeah,
of
it's
stat boost,
diminishing
right?
returns.
Yeah, it's more or less Miko's gained swimming powers, and yeah, that's pretty on par for Miko.
And now Zuri isn't alone in everybody having head companions.
Yeah, everyone has a head companion, and Stottle is just looking at you guys like you're all monsters. You're all monsters, maybe.
Aaron hasn't done anything.
But Stottle's gonna kind of look over and be like, go over and like pat the side of Amelia's face. Are you okay?
I think Amelia just has like tears streaming down her cheeks.
Oh,
and she's very
he
upset
reaches
about
out
it.
to like touch your face and try to make you feel better, but your tears are acid, and that hurts. And, oh. Well, I'm gonna give you a minute. Oh shit.
He's just thinking, God, she's so broken up over this. Amelia's in the meantime thinking puppies are so cute.
I never realized how pretty the
I
lights.
can't hug every cat.
I can't. It's an emotional trauma for you to just feel things right now. Which this is like the deepest you've felt things in a while, because you usually keep a wall up, and this thing wants to tear those walls down. This thing is like the worst therapist in the whole wide world right now. And he seems like he's kind of befuddled, and he's gonna kind of get his guys together, and they're going to start looking at some of the other materials that are here now that the scary things are handled.
That we know of.
Yeah, and they're kind of pushing the rest of those TCI marked crates to the side, and put like they're taking the hazard tape that was around these containers and putting them around those boxes, and considering that they might light those on fire later. But Stottle is going to say, well, now that we're here, you guys take a rest. We'll get you guys moving in the next bunch of hours. We're gonna try and get the machines working here and haul off as much of this crap as we can. I got runners coming, and we'll try and get some vehicles going. But
I've already rested. I don't know if I can rest more.
take some time to calm yourself from everything that's going on.
I may never rest again. But you know, more to do.
All the friends need healing. All of them.
I can never be healed.
I will try
to fix
to
you.
fix you.
And I think that's where we'll stop game.
Oh,
for
just
today.
before we
Yeah.
do though, she's gonna go over to Stottle and be like, "So we didn't see any other ones of these, but I feel like I should have like inform you that there's another breed that was developed, and if they were trying to steal an entire set, they should have had one.
What is it?
Well, it controls people's minds, which might be a problem down here.
Oh, fucking great. And that's the fucking one that's missing out of the set?
It might have been the one they thought was the most useful at the time.
Fucking JD. He's a sick bastard. Alright, well, like I said, get some rest. I'll get you guys going. We're gonna clear you guys out of this area and see if we can get you into safer territory. Well, safe as we can find right now. And you guys can... Go ahead, what?
I was going to say, so we want to do the conversation that Amelia has with the next session?
You can do it now at the end of the session, and we can leave it as a cliffhanger. Or
It's up to you.
Or we can
I'd
start.
be happy
Or we
either
can
way.
start next session. It's up to. I'll leave that up to Allie. I know she's tired, so.
That was like absolutely, but up to you.
I'm here.
All right.
Yeah.
I can do it.
All right.
Okay.
But I don't mind either way.
And Amelia is, eventually out of the sight, just going to kind of walk over, and she's like trying to dry her cheeks. And she just kind of gently tugs on, like uncharacteristically gently tugs on Aaron's clothes to pull her aside. Or him, or her. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you okay?
It's like, I don't know, this thing's. It's just so
She's
much.
just so young.
Like, okay, so here's what's going on. The other gangs, not our guys that, not the spirals, guys that we kind of have, deals with, treaties, whatever they call it. Yeah, so they think these raids are because you surfaced.
What?
The IRPF raids, the bombings.
Because of me?
They think that. Personally, I think it's because of this fucking bullshit that's in our head now. That's my guess.
But it might be because of me.
I mean, I guess it could be. But, that doesn't make sense to me.
Oh.
So they want you. They want to give you to the screws. So they want to give you to the IRPF. So I don't know. It could be your ticket out of this bullshit. That could be your way home.
Hey, Sam. What have I been told about the IPF by my family?
Well, right now you might think everything your parents told you is a lie.
Okay.
But
cool.
but I mean that is a fair frame set. But you were pretty much told that the IRPF has a tendency to just shoot people, and the IRPF is usually really rough with people, and you're always supposed to avoid the IRPF.
So the usual, they're scary, stay away line.
Yes, but you also know now that your parents stole you, or your fake parents stole you.
Yeah.
So they might have just been telling you that to keep you away from getting hauled off.
Erin, shuffles awkwardly on the spot, rubbing his arm, glancing away. Or
Feelings
what do you
hurt,
think
I
they'd-
feel?
No. Well, what do you think they'd do to me?
It's like, I don't know. They got stole from somebody, so they'd probably give you back to them. Stottle thinks they'd, take pictures of you,
With clothes on.
show, to show, how happy and healthy you are now that they rescued you, to make them look good.
And it might make all of this stuff stop.
I don't know, maybe. Nothing else, you'd be out of it,
Erin nods uncertainly.
Like, she's just, holding her knee. Her hands are just shaking now.
This is a really weak moment for Amelia. I mean, she's having to really feel this. And it's already something that probably would have been hard on Amelia.
Erin gives that sort of slightly scared, slightly sad smile, but reaches out and pats Amelia's arm. Well, maybe I can fix this then. It'll all be okay.
It's like, I don't know, maybe. It could be.
I'll go talk to Startle about it. Thank you for telling me.
It's like, I guess it's up to you. To do it. God, I just hate this so much.
Try not to laugh, but this is pretty. It's all.
It's a voice in your head. Let it out.
Feel
It's
the
really
feelings.
a supportive thing. It's just
Yeah.
a supportive thing with a voice like Satan pissing on hot coals. So it's basically.
I'm sure you'll feel better soon. We all just gotta get used to each other.
And there's probably a strong silent moment where the two probably more apprehensive of each other characters have a quiet moment and try to gain control. And
Okay, I'm gonna go stab myself now.
we'll fade
so I can
out.
heal. Bye.
We're gonna fade out, and I'll give everybody 17 XP today.
Hi.
How many of us get XP eaten?
I'm going to say, as a result of what happened today, no one's gonna get XP eaten.
Zuri does.
Zuri gets XP.
Wait, what?
eaten. No one's getting XP eaten today because Aaron healed and Amelia let emotions fly, and yeah, and Miko's honestly has the perfect one for Miko. That there's like nothing that really is going to be driven into Miko. I mean, basically, if Miko acts overly cautious, which I don't think Miko will ever do, then that will probably come up.
Unless that cautiousness is a new experience and Miko wants to experience.
Yeah. Yeah, Miko's kind of in the perfect set for that. So, but yeah, 17 XP for everybody, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the little one-off for today.
Yeah.
I was actually planning on giving you guys the Age of Forms on Tuesday, but since it's Zev's birthday, here's the Age of Forms.
We get new crazy.
We got him
I'm
as presents. Happy birthday.
I'm so sorry for all of you.
I was
Yeah,
actually I was expecting you to take the savior. Actually, that was what I was expecting you to take, Zev.
Nothing happened to me. I got healed.
Yeah.
Oh crap. So, okay, well, we can get that from the Twitch stream. I realized that I had forgot that I was recording on mine, and that I switched over to from mic halfway through, and now like half the thing just won't have voice.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Whoops.
well, I can also send you the video. So